Hello, this is Sancho from the Cranial Show. Our celebrity voices are impersonated. Bang? What's the word?
Impersonated.
Oh, are impersonated unless otherwise stated by Ben, Joe, or Miggy.
Live from the tasting room of ESB Brewing in scenic Tampa, Florida, it's the Cranial Show.
Interrupting the silence, drop a little science
With an act of defiance.
by the Cranial Alliance.
Ben Charles was the name that was given to me, and when I'm on the mic, it's like destiny.
Well, he's a mover and a shaker, not a flopper or a faker. If he was on chips, he'd be punching out your baker.
But there's more to this mix and this recipe. Here's a dash of number 2 of the Cranial 3.
First name Miguel, my last name Hito. I'm a mixture of the best, like a sushi filled burrito.
And if you get to know him, then you can go on Miggy.
Got the bitty bitty beats like Buck Spot Tweaky. There's still another part in this play on words. His name is Joey T, and he needs to be heard. Joseph T. Needles Incorporated. The mold was broke when I was created.
If you need a title, he's got plenty to spare.
And if he was a trucker, he'd have a monkey named Bear. Well, I'm the last dog, the final bark of the pack. And now I'm gonna tell you who we are and where we're at.
Cranial Emissions is the name of the show.
Friday night, 7 to 9 is the time, don't you know? ESB Brewery will be live on the air.
Come have a pint with us, we've got plenty to spare.
A show for everyone, alive and departed. Enough about us, let's get the show started.
Now let's get down and dirty with the triumvirate.
Welcome to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. Another lovely Friday coming to you live from ESB Brewing, located here in scenic Tampa, Florida. 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407.
Yes.
15 different beers to choose from behind the bar. The illustrious TJ here to pour whatever your heart desires, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured. You need a mic up?
You.
You need me up.
Please.
I think we need the board to go up a little bit here. Hold on. Richard, is it? How do we get the mic to go up a little bit?
I think we're all right.
There we go. There we go.
You're better.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, yeah, we're broadcasting 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D, 407. Incredible food truck here, known as Roaming Gourmand. I had the pleasure of, it was called the Peppered Pig sandwich. Unbelievable food. That's something you guys got to go check out. I'm getting some feedback here.
Wow.
Getting some feedback on the main there. But yeah, unbelievable food to choose from. By the way, if you want to be a part of the show, 813-NEW-TALK is the number that you want to call. It's 813-NEW-TALK. Go to Facebook, facebook.com/The Cranial Mission Show, and like our page there. And go to Facebook and like Roaming Gourmand's page as well. See where they're going next. Twitter. Thank you, Sancho. Go to Twitter as well for us at Cranial E.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. A lot to get into today. Some big guests that we have in store. Bob the home brewer will be joining us here shortly. You can see him on the camera sitting here. And we'll be bringing him in during the beer call. Also have Dr. Dave Flanagan to join us, a USF researcher that's actually trying to do his best to cure malaria. He works with USF.
He has cured it in the lab, and this is going to be the awesome stuff he's going to be talking about today.
All right.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun talk to have as well. The excitement never ends around here in terms of all the activity that we get coming in. And okay, I'm on. Okay, so now it's actually working the way it's supposed to.
Hello, this is Sancho from the Cranial Show. Our celebrity voices are impersonated. Bang! What's the word?
Impersonated.
Oh, are impersonated unless otherwise stated by Ben, Joe, or Miggy.
Live from the tasting room of ESB Brewing in scenic Tampa, Florida, it's the Cranial Show.
Interrupting the silence, drop a little science
With an act of defiance.
by the Cranial Alliance.
Ben Charles was the name that was given to me, and when I'm on the mic, it's like destiny. 3.
Well, he's a mover and a shaker, not a flopper or a faker. If he was on chips, he'd be punching out your baker.
But there's more to this mix in this recipe. Here's a dash at number 2 of the Cranial 3.
First name Miguel, my last name Hito. I'm a mixture of the best, like a sushi filled burrito.
And if you get to know him, then you can call him Miggy.
Got the bitty bitty beats like Buck Spot Squeaky. There's still another part in this play on words. His name is Joey T, and he needs to be heard. Joseph T. Needles Incorporated. The mold was broke when I was created.
If you need a title, he's got plenty to spare.
And if he was a trucker, he'd have a monkey named Bear. Well, I'm the last dog, the final bark of the pack. And now I'm gonna tell you who we are and where we're at.
Cranial Emissions is the name of the show.
Friday night, 7 to 9 is the time, don't you know? ESP Brewery will be live on the air.
Come have a pint with us, we've got plenty to spare.
A show for everyone, alive and departed. Enough about us, let's get the show started.
Now let's get down and dirty with the triumvirate.
Welcome to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. On the second attempt here, we had some technical difficulties, but we are broadcasting to you live like we do every Friday night, 7 to 9 p.m. from ESB Brewing Company, located here in swampy, rainy, hot as hell, Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Ooh, Suite D.
407. 15 different beers to choose from behind the bar. The ITJ, the illustrious TJ, is the man with the plan. That can pour you whatever your heart's or liver's desire is, for that matter.
You know, there's no beers for you in front of the bar until you order one from behind the bar.
From the ITJ.
From the ITJ.
Also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured.
Dark Lord.
Ben, Charles, Miguel, Hito, the Reverend Joey T. We comprise the triumvirate that broadcasts to you like we do and have done so for 3 different years. 3 consecutive years.
It is also 3 different years.
It is, yeah. They are.
Did they run
years.
concurrent? Is that what
they did run consecutively?
I had a jail sentence like that one time.
Yeah.
The producer extraordinaire, Tricky Rick, sitting here with us. Yeah. Hanging out. And we've got a big show slated for you tonight. In a couple minutes, when we get into the beer call, we will get into a conversation with Bob the home brewer, who is sitting here with us right in front of the camera. If you want to see him, say hello. And we will be joined by Dr. Dave Flanagan, malaria researcher extraordinaire out of USF, and huge hockey fan. So looking forward to getting into some conversations with him about a number of different things.
Huge.
Good friend of the program. Been with us several times in the past, hanging out in the studio. So it'll be fun to talk to him. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to call in, you have any questions for the guests that we have, you can do so by calling 813-NEW-TALK. That is the number to call.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you can find our page. Go to facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network, like that page. And go and check out this page because we have an awesome food truck here, Roaming Gourmand. I had the pleasure of enjoying the peppered pig sandwich on a Euro pita.
You look like a gyro.
It did look like a Euro,
good,
Sancho.
it's good.
Delicious food. If you're a big barbecue fan, if you like it with a different spin, and when I mean a different spin, I mean quality spin.
Quality.
Then come check out Roaming Gourmand. Very cool. Facebook.com/Roaming Gourmand. Also go to our Twitter page, @Cranial, always updating frequently between myself and Meggie, so check it out.
And if you want to get really personal, hit me up at M1K3Y, of course, @ in front of that. M1K3Y813, and we'll talk crazy.
Yeah, well, what else is new for you? Speaking of crazy, we're also joined by Sancho, who is a part of the show, and you might have heard him chime in earlier with the celebrity, or with the disclaimer at the beginning.
That was good. I did very good.
You did good.
I forgot the word.
Yeah, well, that's nothing unusual for you.
Yes. I try.
Yeah, you
do a good job, man.
You try.
We appreciate the effort.
Coming off of a fun weekend, one where O'Brien's was a part of that, and O'Brien's will be a part of this show later on because Felix Cal, the benefactor, the superfan himself, will actually be bringing us the Movie Buff Challenge, a very popular segment with our fans. So he'll be coming in, and if you're here hanging out at the brewery, we will be representing different people from within the crowd, and you have an opportunity to win gift certificates from O'Brien's to go up there, get your drink on, get your food on.
In denominations of $10 or $20, depending on how horrible your host,
Your representative
yeah,
is,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a shot at you and I, Joe.
It is, but I always win, so I'm not really scared.
Well, I've got one, buddy. Thank you. The illustrious TJ coming here. That's what kind of bartender TJ is. Okay, right in the middle of the show, he'll come up here and make sure that we are fully hydrated.
Hydrated.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
or fully dehydrating.
Fully
yes,
on the
exactly.
way. Fully on the way to dehydration.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what you do here at ESP. You just get your beer on.
So are we gonna yak about the O'Brien's thing real quick?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was trying to lead up to.
The Bar Olympics happened on Sunday at 4 o'clock, and it was a little crazy. It was a little wild. Their first one ever, so you expect a few things to go wrong. And
Very unpredictable.
Eddie told me Eddie Teddy, the man of the hour. He was doing his best over there, and he said that they're going to do things a lot different next year. They're probably a lot less timed event. They're going to have rotating stations, kind of thing. It's going to be a little bit more organized, but I think they did a good thing, and they raised about darn near $5,000 for Christine and her family. So
that's nice,
That's
man.
pretty
Yeah,
awesome. And
absolutely.
Christine was there, and she looked awesome.
And again, Miggy, what was the situation? Why were we raising money for Christine? For those that are unfamiliar,
She had a hereditary form of cancer which attacked her livers, and it had to do with the renal variety. And when you get renal issues, renal cancer, it's really bad. So she pretty much was almost cut in half and had about 80 tumors removed from the young lady. So
Wow.
a ton of stuff. So, but she's doing good. She was hanging out, having a good time, and she looked great. So hopefully she's on the road to recovery, and that $5,000 is going to help her and her family.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun event. It was unconventional, to say the least. There were certain things we didn't expect. When you hear about a Bar Olympics, you often think, okay, there's going to be certain bar competitions, drinking competitions. I was thinking maybe there's some quarters, maybe there's some flip cup, but no, we had a hula hoop event. We had balloon popping events. And
Right.
I got to hand it to you, Miggy. You handled yourself well in the hula hoop event. My girlfriend was on an opposing team. And
I channeled
at 6'1", that tall drink of water rocked 20 consecutive hula hoops in one round, and that was the thing. You had to do 20 and then go through this whole process afterward. But when we saw that, we were all a little disheartened. Miggy went up there and found a loophole.
I found the loophole
In a hula hoop.
in a hula hoop
Okay, all right,
competition.
that
I was
sounds-
like,
sounds interesting.
can we use our neck?
Wow.
So I channeled my inner clerks, made like a circus seal, and was like, and it was, and I started spinning, and we're gonna put that video up online once I get it up there, and you'll see as I get moving, I just.
Well, I think that's kind of fair because Ben's girlfriend, her hips actually stick out farther than her waist, and you're the complete opposite.
Right.
So
She had a distinct advantage. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely had a distinct advantage.
yeah, I mean she's got the hourglass and Miggy's got the convex figure. It's more of a convex
Yeah.
type thing.
Now, I
Yeah.
understand that you actually have the final standings.
I
in this
have the
event.
results sheet here.
This is something we felt a little
Ding, ding,
cheated
ding,
at
ding, ding.
at the
We
end
felt a
because
little slighted.
Well, because it was going so fast, they just really didn't have time to get into it. But we didn't win.
You guys
But
sound a
I'm
little
interested to
sour.
find out how we did.
The first place, the A team guys did really well. They succeeded in all the events with 81 points, and that was the first
Okay.
place team. Now the team that we had a few issues with, the first thing was finding a bunch of beads, and they had pretty much rounded up all the beads.
Oh, you mean you're
beforehand.
talking about all the girls that were in pink shirts that happened to also work at
Yes,
O'Brien's?
Blonde
Yes.
Tourage. Now,
Yeah.
now get this though, they only beat us by 1 point.
Okay.
And they came in second with 72, and we were third overall with 71 points. Or no, wait, 72 points.
So if they wouldn't have cheated, we would have finished in second.
Well, that's to be debated. So,
Good to know. Good
yeah,
to know.
it was a hell of a contest. We had a lot of fun, but here's the official results.
Now, it wasn't all for naught because Miggy won a golf bag, very nice golf bag.
Yeah, I won a
in
Tour X $70 golf bag,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
immediately threw my clubs in.
in
and
the
went-
raffle event. That was a nice bag.
and
that
took
you won.
Chucky golfing.
Yeah, and I understand that Chuck is quite the prodigy when it comes to golf.
He can't golf to save his life left-handed, so I switched him to right-handed, and he was popping him about 225, 230 on a good shot. So, it was
Yeah.
good stuff.
So Chuck's been doing everything backwards for his entire life.
Exactly.
Is what we figured out. So we're gonna try to get you to go left-handed with everything, Chuck, or right-handed with everything, Chuck.
We're going to take you to the batting cages, but we're going to make you hit right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to set you right where the pitch comes. You're gonna zap! Oh, God!
And then we're gonna sign you to the Rays, and I'm gonna be your manager or your agent, and I'm taking 10%.
And we're going to call you Can't Get Right from the movie Life.
Okay. Very
Now
good.
it's good to have you back, Joe, because last week we had to run the show without you.
I heard it was
And
a fiasco.
We know you were out in Oregon having some fun.
I was.
Doing some golfing. Speaking of golf bags. So it's good to have you back.
I appreciate it, man. It was a good time, man. It was really nice to get out of the swamp-ass weather we have here, dude. I was out in Bend, Oregon, 300 days a year of sunshine. It was about a high of 81 with 0% humidity. So you guys can imagine how that was.
I can't imagine it because I live in a place with 100% humidity.
I know, it's completely different. When I got off the plane and opened the door to get out after getting my baggage, I was like, I want to go back. I was like, I don't want to stay here. Damn.
I don't blame you in the least.
As we mentioned, a lot of different people coming in. Lou Bob will actually be in studio in a little while. That's going to be an interesting conversation. He's going to be hanging out.
He's been a busy guy for the last couple of weeks.
He really has.
Yeah, we have some issues.
And like we said, Felix will be coming in with the Movie Buff Challenge. We're excited about that. But guys, let's jump into it because we're running a little behind here. Let's jump in and start the show off the way we always do. And we'll do so with our friend here, Bob the Home Brewer, by starting out with...
The beer call.
The beer call.
I dream of Jeannie. I got it. Right?
Yes, you got it.
A
I
lot
dream of
better
Jeannie.
than your Magnum PI.
Yeah, that was good.
Theme song.
That was good.
You know,
Man.
I listened to the Magnum PI theme. You need to listen to that again, brother.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I need to listen to it again, or do you need to practice that?
I
more?
need to practice it.
Yes. Okay.
He's some bit.
So it's the beer call,
Yes.
and that means it's time to try some new beers. So we've had Bob the Home Brewer here to hang out with us and experience this with us. Now, while we speak about new beers, there are new ones here on tap. We've got the ESB Bermuda Sloop. We've got the ESB Sweet Chili Porter, which I'm drinking here and really digging. And
You have to get those beers from the back?
I got them.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and say hi, man.
Hello, how y'all doing?
All right.
Hopefully drinking a cold one.
We have the gentleman,
Absolutely.
Robert Hunt. He is the home brewer extraordinaire. He's also an employee of Booth's Brewing, where you can get all your home brewing supplies. And welcome.
Thank you.
We've been wanting to get you on here for a long time because if you want to get started in brewing your own beer, this is definitely one of the gentlemen you need to talk to, folks.
Last Saturday of the month, we always do a homebrew class.
Which Joe took. And
Yeah,
he
I took
found
your class. Very informative.
Very informative about the second.
Oh, just
He
shut
knows
up
more
about the
about
second.
this.
That
All
was
right, good,
actually-
I learned something. Huh?
The secondary.
that was
It's a
actually
great-
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only thing he learned from
It was
the
not.
class.
It was not. I learned the most important thing, which Robert said is sanitation and keeping everything clean so you don't get any sort of bad stuff in your beer. 'Cause,
You don't want bacteria or anything in
right.
there. That's going to cause issues.
probably the
souring,
mistake a lot of
flavor.
people make in the
Unless you're
beginning.
looking for a sour. If you're looking to make it sour, then you want to
Then you comb out the yeast from your beard and harvest it and make some beard beer. Yeah.
So, guys, let's try some beer here because we've only got about 10 minutes left before the break. Not even. We've only got about 7-8 minutes left before the break. So, you're going to go grab some?
Well, we'll discuss what kind of beers we got going on ourselves here. While you go
While
ahead.
Bob's
and grab
grabbing
Bob's grabbing
the
beers.
new ones.
What are you drinking today, Joe?
Dude, I'm back with the Ghost Ship. I did try the old ale first, which I liked. It got a little warm on me, and I didn't like it warm. But the Ghost Ship is my favorite, man. I can't stray. I gotta stick close by.
It's a damn good beer.
It's a good beer.
I'm drinking the Cigar City Cider, which I'm highly excited about because it's very soft. It's a good cider. It's very very enjoyable. Very
Sweet
fresh,
cider or
It's slightly sweet.
Okay.
It doesn't have that really Vermont Woodchuck will have that really really sweet.
yeah, that's what I was
sweet,
asking.
heavy
So it's not
flavor.
that sweet.
Right.
Okay. Wow, we got a torrential downpour
do have
going
a
on.
Yes, we
outside.
do. And I'm
Yeah.
a little concerned about the PA system out there at the speakers at this
I
moment.
think we might want to remove those speakers from outside.
Did we bring the Cranial Missions boat?
We're gonna need that.
I'm a little concerned at how wet those speakers are probably getting.
Well,
right
I'm going to
now.
go ahead and excuse myself from the table and pretend like I'm going to do something else, but I'm going to
Check on the speakers?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Don't want to lose.
I got towels in my car.
We don't have a lot of funding on this show. We don't want to lose what little bit of nice equipment we have. So,
Yeah.
so let's try some beer. What do we have over here, Bob?
Well, I brought the Stone, the Collective Distortion IPA, which
And just get into the microphone a little bit there.
I got
Just
the
get right in
Stone
there.
Collective Distortion IPA. It's brewed with elderberries and coriander.
Nice.
Your
Sounds
mother
good.
smells of elderberry.
Very nice. It's a limited edition beer. It was
good.
actually
That's what I'm
bottled
talking
at middle of last month, 5/19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's crack
I
that.
like the
sucker.
bottles, I'll tell you
And I
that.
also brought a Maharaja, which is a limited edition Avery beer, a great IPA. We'll be hitting
Gee there,
that
Bob,
next.
would you care to show that to the camera here?
There you go. That's a beautiful label too, Richard. That's
Oh,
a
yes.
nice one.
Well, let's get in a little bit closer.
There you go.
Boy.
Get right in there.
Well, I love that bottle, man. That's some good artistry right there. Boy, boy.
They have the Maharaja, which you will recognize.
And then I also have the.
You will recognize him from the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yeah, look at that.
And the old Collective Distortion IPA.
Yeah, we are ready to try this Collective Distortion now. Right
Big
now.
thank you to
I'll open this one.
Big thank you to Reverend Joey T for going out there and saving the equipment. Hopefully it's still working. So let's go ahead and try these. Joe, how's the gear looking?
It was still working when I went out there, but now it's in the drying. I think not much got in there. They look all right. I should still have a PA.
It was under the table.
It sounds.
Num-nums.
We all get a try here. That's what's fun about working on a Cranial Mission show. If you're part of the staff, you get to drink.
Yeah, dude.
It's a requirement, actually.
Oh no.
Gracias, senor.
All right, so let's all give this one a try. We're waiting on Bob here, actually. Let's wait for Bob to get his.
Okay, let's go ahead and.
And this is the Collective Distortion, you call it?
All right.
Yes,
Cheers.
Collective Distortion by Stone Brewing.
Nice. Very nice. Let's give this a. Ooh, that's got a nice hoppy smell to it.
Oh, an amazing flavor.
Smells like a combination of flowers and
It's a really mellow-
7-year-old's dirty sneakers.
Yeah.
That's a double IPA, correct?
Yes.
Very mellow for IPA, don't you find?
Oh, yes.
Wow, that's really, really good. I would.
How many IBUs are in this one?
Doesn't say the IBUs,
Huh?
but wait. No, but it's 9.3%.
Oh,
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
that'll kick you in the booba right there.
Yeah, drink
that's
a
for
whole
sure.
bottle of this and walk.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, Bob. Did they get that additional hot flavors by putting that in the second?
In the secondary, yes, a dry hopping.
That was a shot at you.
I'm coming across the table in just a minute. I'm just saying, dude, don't be surprised if there's a fist upside your head here in a minute. Dude.
If he learned two things, they were the most important things.
Well, that's good because that's all he learned
The
was two
second
things.
is where you get all your flavor and your
Yes.
your additive. If you want the beer to taste amazing, that's where you put it in the secondary.
Right.
In the secondary, you get the aromas and the flavor.
We just busted his hump because the 2 shows in a row he said, "Oh, did you put that in the second?"
Hey, you've been gone for a week.
Well,
so.
hey,
When you say it
welcome
like you put it
back.
in the second, it kind of sounds dirty, too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
and
actually does.
to everybody who doesn't know, that would be that one right there.
You should have put that in the camera, Miggy. Or maybe not.
Wait.
What?
Let's get it in there.
We're
Let's
gonna
get it in there.
There you go.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, there you
You know
go.
what that is?
We don't need a close up of that.
Yeah, thank you.
That would be the second.
A very lewd Cranial Mission show for you guys this evening. But, Bob, while we have you here, I understand, we discussed the fact that you are a homebrew teacher. You're working at Boost Brewing. But I understand that you're also quite the musician.
Yes.
I've been playing since I was about 8 years old. I studied classical and went to the University of Georgia and just had a blast learning music. I teach it. It's a great thing, and I should play.
You know what? We're going to have to work with you on a beer song. And I know Sancho is musically inclined. He's been talking about the fact that he would like to make a song. And we won't get into the details because it's supposed to be a surprise. But you shared this with me.
It's my project. I'm very excited.
I know.
The beautiful people come to me and say, I want you to make this commercial for us.
Oh, you want to use Bob for that commercial? I was thinking about that that love song that you wanted to make for somebody.
Oh, for Leslie, yes.
Oh, I wasn't going to reveal it, but since you're going to go ahead and spill the
I need
beans.
her to be my friend.
It's so strange that a Mexican
well, Sancho,
spills the
I hate
beans.
to tell you, man, she just got married.
No!
Yep.
Now you steal her away from her husband.
Yeah, well,
Oh, you think so?
No.
She already said she was going to get a restraining order against you last time she saw you.
No,
Well,
why?
because you're creepy with her.
No, I'm not creepy. I'm love
Yeah,
her.
you've been talking about how you want to get Bob to make a love song.
I'm in love her,
for
not
her.
a fighter.
Yeah, well, you might get in a fight if you try that one. I'll tell you
fighting
what.
anybody at 4'7".
I've got a beautiful classical piece that's called Romanza, Romance. It was written in the 1700s.
That sounds sexy.
It's a beautiful song.
Well, guys, we are up against it, and before we get into the commercial break, we got to get into a segment that Miggy likes. We'll come back and we'll try the next beer when we get back, but there was a segment that Miggy likes to get into every week.
I think we should try this first and then do that one right after the segment.
Yeah, but we're really up against it.
Oh, are we? Well,
Yeah.
okay. It's the badass of the week. Let's go ahead and pour this and then lead it into the badass of the week.
Oh, there you
and then
go. That's a good idea.
we'll be
Let's
good.
do that. Yeah.
And this is the Maharaja. It's just like Mahafaja. No? Close?
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
That's
this...
a Austin Powers Gold member reference.
Sorry.
This is another 10+ percent IPA.
Bob's coming in here and trying to get us crunk during our radio show.
Yeah, starting off good.
All right.
You know
You
what's
know what?
funny? I got a text from my niece about a week ago saying she wanted to come visit me, and at the end of the text, she said, "Stay crunked."
Steak?
What the hell does stay crunk mean?
Well, you know now. That
you're
means
about
just,
to find out after you drink that one. I'm telling you.
that means pretty much whatever you desire as your crunking item. You go ahead and just get crunk.
Here, let me smash this one down.
Yeah, it covers a bevy of any type of alcohol and/or other party favors. So it's pretty much your choice.
So we are getting ready. Or in the vernacular of the word crunk, we are fitting to have another beer.
Yeah,
Have
this
another
is the
beer.
Maharaja.
And this is going to be the toast to the my badass of the week.
There you go.
This is to the badass of the week, a segment that Miggy likes to do every week.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna toast to this woman here, and this happened here a while ago. Her name is Vesna Volvik, and this woman was unfortunately involved in a bombing over Czechoslovakia back in the 70s. This is a throwback, but this woman in the plane dropped 33,000 feet, crashed, and is the only survivor. Somehow she survived this plane crash. So we're gonna salute to this woman.
That is an awful salute.
Vesna Volvik.
All right, there you
For
go.
providing this.
And by the way, I'm
She is
really digging this Maharaja.
The
This is
badass of the week.
a really
102 IBUs.
good beer. Very good beer.
Limited time.
33,000 feet. She survived a bombing, crashed, and survived. I don't know how she did. She was the only survivor.
Well, guys, on that note, we got to get into a quick commercial break. For all you out there that are listening, make sure you stay with us. When we come back, we're going to have Lou Bob coming into the studio. He's going to be talking to us.
Oh my
I
god.
got one thing.
Yeah.
I think maybe Miss, what was her name?
Vulovic.
I think maybe she was sandwiched between the pilot and the co-pilot, and that might have saved her life. That's just my guess.
She actually was underneath somebody. When
Okay,
they
all
found
right,
her.
that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Can I give a quick plug?
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Stop by Boots Brewing for any brewing supplies you need, any knowledge you need. We got a excellent staff, Dave on hand, me. You can find out anything you need to know. We have every possible hop you can imagine, all the grains you can imagine. We can even home build your kit to make it to what you want specifically.
And this is Booth Brew. This is. I'm losing my microphone here. This is Booth Brewing, which is located right next to ESB Brewing at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D, 407.
Yep.
Is that Sweet E or is that Sweet D as well? Okay.
But guys, we got to jump into a quick commercial break. We're up against it here. So for all you out there that are with us, stay tuned because Lou Bob's going to be in studio when we get back. We'll talk to you soon.
First, there was 5-hour energy, and then there was 6. Now you can get a continuous 48 hours of energy because cardiac arrest is taking energy drinks to a whole new level.
Just one bottle has kept me up for days!
Cardiac arrest contains a formula that was once only available to Chinese military personnel.
You don't get that rundown feeling because you're never gonna come down!
Cardiac arrest is making dieting a thing of the past.
Don't worry about the calories because you're never gonna feel hungry!
Cardiac arrest is gonna get your motor running.
My bowels have been empty for weeks and I feel great!
Look for cardiac arrest energy drinks at a flea market or fireworks stand near you.
Well, Andrew, you've lived a pretty good life, it seems. Let's just take a look. No murder, no adultery, no stealing, not even as a child. Very impressive.
Well, thank you, sir.
In this new age, you have to be accountable in all facets of your life.
Well, what else is there?
It is time to check your browser history.
A dirty browser history may keep you out of heaven, but don't let it ruin your legacy here on Earth. At Legacy Lock, we believe your secrets are no one's business but yours, even in death. Our patented heart monitor notifies operators the moment of your passing within minutes, so Legacy Lock teams can swarm on your home and office, removing any embarrassing material. We don't like to divulge our trade secrets, but you'll rest assured we'll be in and out, and no one will know. You're going to die. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Call Legacy Lock, and your cookies
won't crumble you.
Hello, I'm Forrest Gump. When I'm not carrying around that lazy Lieutenant Dan, I'm listening to the Cranial Mission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. But they know Jenny.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks, and we are broadcasting to you live like we do every Friday night from Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
So where's my mic?
407.
I have no mic.
Mics, man.
Yeah, I'm really low. There we go.
I have no
There
mic
we
at
go.
all. I can hear it.
It's just because we're low. There you go. Is that better? Can you hear yourself now?
Hello.
No, you can't hear yourself at all?
No.
Okay.
Hello.
I've got you up. You can't hear yourself?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Testing? No, I don't hear anything.
No?
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Let's
Is that any better? Can you hear yourself now? Yeah. I think this board's on this last leg here.
It might be. Might have to open it up and clean it out.
All right. Yeah, there we go. I can hear everybody right now. Okay, something clicked.
Yeah, some kind of wiring going on.
All right.
there or
Well,
something.
if you were out there in Radio Land, please understand that we
love technical difficulties.
we do. We like to roll right through them with no problems whatsoever.
But we
Back to you,
broadcast like we do every Friday from 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D,
Sweet D.
407.
Yeah, baby.
A lot to get into here still, and so we are looking forward to this because we are going to be joined by Lou Bob. He's supposed to be walking in here any minute. Before he does, keep in mind, if you want to call in, you want to be a part of the show, you can do so at 813-NEW-TALK. That is 813-NEW-TALK. As we broadcast here from ESB Brewing, do yourself a favor, despite the rain, come in and get yourself some food from Roaming Gourmand because you owe your stomach that favor.
You might get a little wet, but your stomach will be content.
And your pants might get a little wet after you eat it.
Yes.
Because it's that damn
It was
good.
a little squirt-tastic.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, it looks like Lou
It's better
Bob.
than douching your mouth.
Looks like Lou Bob's walking in here, so I'm going to go ahead and walk out, let Lou Bob walk in, go check on some things. So I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man.
All right, Lou Bob, sit your ass down here. What's going on, dude?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on, guys. You know, it has been a fun last couple of weeks. You know, Joe was out of town. I don't know if you're aware of that, but Joe was out of town.
Yeah, oh, no.
Now, we have some problems at the grill, or at the Needles compound right now. It's not going. We got some problems.
Now, Joe, I keep trying to tell you.
I tried to tell him not to do this stuff, and he said that I'm
wait.
subservient, and he wouldn't listen to me.
Wait, I'm supposed to be subservient to a midget.
No, you told me I was subservient to you.
Well, yes, of course you are. Listen, you are subservient to everybody.
You got your ass kicked in Russia. I helped you. I sent Felix.
You didn't help me.
Yes, I did.
Now, how did... you know what? We'll talk about this later. But, you know what? Joey was gone. He was over in Bend, Oregon, right?
Bend over, Oregon.
I don't know why you have such a problem with me exercising some authority to help take care of your property, man. I was trying to help you.
Okay. Should I tell everybody what you did on my property? Because this is ridiculous.
Yes, you should, because it was a freaking mess.
All right. I thought it would. All right. There's a miniature golf sort of complex in my backyard now.
Really?
And I would have said, look, he didn't do a half bad job.
Invite me over, Lou
Well,
Bob?
all right. Well, here's the deal. He didn't do a half bad job, but the thing is, I don't think he bought anything. Everything that he used for said miniature golf, he made a windmill and he took all the shutters off my house. So I got no more shutters on my house, and there's a windmill in my backyard.
I specifically told him not to do this.
Hey, you know what? Shut up, Sancho. You're just an ass kisser, okay?
You broke his house.
You know what? I did not. I repurposed things from around your property. You were gone, Joe. Look, I am trying to make some money to try to help you, and so I had to repurpose some of your building supplies, okay?
No, you broke his house.
Lou Bob, they weren't building supplies. They were actually on my house. You can't repurpose stuff once they've already been screwed in. Now they were actually put on top of my siding. So now if you look at my house, you can see these big dark spots where my shutters used to be. He took all of the AstroTurf off my back deck, and he didn't even He didn't even plant seed. All he did was put AstroTurf around my backyard. So he killed all my grass where it's at.
To his defense, you have very good tools.
I had very good tools, so you guys got your hands
He
on
left
it.
it out in the rain.
Listen,
And that was your job. Your job was to put away too. Stop trying to blame me.
You always tell me what to do. I didn't want to do it.
Look, I've been telling you, just because you're lazy. I mean, you know, I know how that's how they do it down in Mexico. But you know what?
I don't live in Mexico.
You're from there.
No, I'm from Honduras, the San Pedro Sula, the murder capital of the world.
Yeah, that's like right next door. So what?
No, it's not.
Anyway, you know,
Central America.
look, there is a market. Okay, you were gone. Somebody had to exercise and demonstrate some authority around here, so I nominated myself as the property manager. And as a property manager, I have to I have to clear the bills, man. I have to keep the overhead going. So I elected, because I take that kind of initiative, Joey, as your friend, to institute a putt-putt course. And goddamn, man, that thing got popular.
You know, look, first of all, I'm not zoned for any type of business out there. You're breaking all kinds of laws. I've already had.
No, we say it's for donation only.
That doesn't matter, dude. I've already had. My neighbors have already complained. I came home, 2 days ago. I got all these letters in my mailbox. My neighbors are completely pissed. It's coming down. The windmill's coming down.
Which one was mad? We gave them all a cut.
I know, but yet I don't see any money out of none of this, dude. This is driving me crazy, man. Listen, I'm
We bought you groceries.
Look, you brought me groceries.
Little Debbie snack cakes.
Yeah, you bought a bunch of stuff. There's like 15 cans of Spam. I don't eat Spam, man.
Hey, man.
Goya tortilla shells.
You know what? You need to learn to expand your palate, Joey. Because I'm telling you, that Spam can be cooked in all kinds of different ways. I bet you ask them Roman gourmand people, I bet you tell you that Spam's good.
There's a restaurant in Hawaii that's all they cook is Spam.
Yeah, well, we're not in Hawaii. Last time I checked, first of all, I'm not Hawaiian.
Father Bill was.
Wait. And you guys are not paying rent on my property. Neither one of you are.
No, we were trying to pay you. I'm sorry, but we were. I had my brother Elroy and my Uncle Harl down there to help me put this whole thing together. I mean, you wouldn't believe the market there in migrant worker Dover. You would not believe the market for putt-putt golf.
All right, who's sleeping in my room?
Oh, well.
Who was sleeping in my room?
Look, I had to sleep in your room, okay?
Who broke my bass guitar?
Hey, wait, I gotta explain.
Lou Bob did. He broke it.
Hey, don't throw me under the bus again, Sancho. All right, you need a place to stay. Don't forget.
Yeah, well.
You won't even let me inside.
I don't know if you guys are coming back tonight. I'm
wait.
ticked off, dude. I'm pissed.
I'm gonna explain. Just let me explain, okay? Like I said, Elroy and Uncle Harl they came down here to help me with this enterprise and endeavor, and I was trying to make you some money. So they had to stay in my fifth wheel, because I don't let Sancho stay in there. He's,
I know, he's sleeping on the soggy ground, and you take advantage of me?
No, I gave you a pup tent, man. It's not my fault you don't know how to put it up.
It's not even waterproof.
That's because you keep touching the sides, man. You're not supposed to touch the sides when it rains. It makes the water come through.
Yeah. Well,
why aren't you doing this well thing that you said you were going to do?
Well, because they want to prove it, man. They're discriminatory. I think it's because Sancho's Mexican. They don't like him.
I go down there and I tried to pull the permit. He won't let me have one.
Well, yeah, that's because you guys, OSHA has something to say about the harnesses you use, and really, like using a clothesline as a harness, that's probably not going to be a safe thing. And
Clothesline with the duct tape?
No, that didn't work, man. I mean, it worked, but, how many times?
Here's a wench on the front of his truck.
Look, man, I don't have time for all these rules and regulations. I have an enterprise in mind, man. I am like a savant, okay? I just come up with stuff. And
you're an idiot.
I am not. I don't have time to go through all this. How did he know that? I don't have time for approvals.
You're a dominant box of rocks.
Well,
you got to make it happen, guys. When it's time to make money, you got to seize it. You got to grab the bull by the horns.
Well, you might want to be grabbing your fifth wheels hitched by the horns and putting it on the back of your truck and driving it the hell off my property.
Let me explain.
No.
Hey,
You've been explaining for the last 3 weeks about how you've been screwing up my property, dude. I'm telling you,
What did your mom and dad say?
They're not there. They're gone. Everybody's gone. He made a complete executive decision. Although he had my phone number and could have called me at any time to ask me if this was.
Joe, we also aerated your lawn.
Yeah, I know that's not aerating.
With a javelin.
Yeah, that's not aerating the lawn. That's just putting big ass holes in the back of my yard, man.
Hey, look.
Well, we took the hole from the golf place where you dig a hole and we big some holes in your lawn.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Joe?
I guess so. Go ahead.
Listen. When I stayed in your room, which, by the way, is quite luxuriously appointed. It's very nice in there, a lot nicer than my fifth wheel. But, like I said, my brother Elroy, my Uncle Harl, they were in the trailer. So I needed a place to sleep. I went in there and I found this beautiful video game system that you have, and you got this thing called Rocksmith, and I thought, God damn, man, I always wanted to learn how to play guitar. I always wanted to learn how to play me some Skinner. You know what I mean? So started playing me some Rocksmith, and I got so into it, man. I got excited, and I thought to myself, you know, man, I bet you I get extra points if I shatter the guitar, but I didn't get extra points, man. That game was rigged.
He broke the fan. You saw the fan was broke. He broke the side of your water bed.
Yeah. He went Pete Townsend in my house. I think that only works on the Who songs, but
He tried to light it on fire.
Now-
Thank God there was no liquid in the thing.
dude, if I wouldn't have had such a good time in Oregon, I would literally be choking you to death right now, Lou Bob. So I'm gonna try to let this go because I don't feel like going to jail tonight. But I really think, man, it might be time for you guys to get on down the road.
No, I didn't do anything.
No, you were there.
No, I tried.
You have my phone number too, Sancho. You didn't call me.
I called you 5 times. Your
You
phone,
did not. No.
You
no.
didn't call the show.
Yeah, but that's because
Your
I was.
phone was
I know, but I was golfing at that moment.
No,
man,
I called you 4 times.
I'm gonna make this up to you, Cat, because I have another idea.
No.
That's gonna. Hey, didn't I make you some money when I was selling the used mattresses, man? I made you some money.
Yeah, but you're in the hole now, like $4,000.
No, it ain't that much, man. Your guitar and Rocksmith didn't cost no $4,000.
All right, listen, man. I don't need you telling me how much my stuff costs.
I thought you said you got it at the pawn shop.
No, I didn't get it at the pawn shop. I bought that new, dude. That's nothing. It doesn't have any. Nothing. All right. It doesn't matter where I got it. It doesn't matter how much it cost. It just matters that you swung it up down on my bed, broke my ceiling fan. You broke one of the poles off my bed.
Tried to light it on fire.
It's ridiculous, man. This is out of control, man.
Hey, man, it's not my fault. Sancho, I didn't want to blame you for this. But it's not my fault, man. Sancho, you know what? He ran into some friends of his that are from the same country down the street.
No, this is crap.
You know, he okay, come on. Let's just
You're my only friend.
Now let's come clean, Sancho. We were getting a little tore up.
I will come something.
Yeah, we we weren't drinking either. It was kind of powdery.
Oh my God!
No.
On my property?
We picked the mushrooms from the cows.
Oh no! I can't.
That was fun.
No, I bet you was. But who?
Hey man, we were watching Quadrophenia, man. I had that guitar, and I couldn't help myself. Okay.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
Don't use the black light in your room.
Don't use it. What? What do you mean, dude? What's going on in my room, dude?
Don't use a black light in your room. What are you talking about?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Luba was eating the mushrooms. He got very crazy. He was whacking all over the place.
Hey, hey. I was just trying to share some love.
He shared love all over your room.
Yeah. Oh,
no. Hey, man, we're trying to convince him that we can stay. Why you keep trying to ruin this, Sancho?
You guys are putting each other under the bus, and this is what I expected, because both of you guys were acting like my children instead of...
No, I told him, I said, get out the bed, stop jerking your wanker.
Hey, you know what, Sancho? If he is going to be ungrateful, I know Ben lives on 2 acres.
Well, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Actually, I think that's a fabulous idea.
Stay in his gazebo.
Yeah, I think you guys, they got a gazebo down there.
He's got 2 acres, man.
Yeah, but one time I found the condom with stuff in it down there.
No, he's on a lake, man. I mean, you can get freshwater fish out of there.
The gazebo had the condom.
I'm telling you, we could eat good over there. We wouldn't even need to go inside Ben's house.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Well, I think we've come up with a plan. I think it's about time that Mr. Charles hosts the Circus of Fools for a little while.
He has those stupid neighbors.
Yeah, they are stupid, but that's not my problem anymore. I think Lou Bob, you know what? You're right. I think we're gonna talk to Ben and get we're gonna pull up the RV, the fifth wheels, and you guys are. I think it's about time you move on, don't you think?
Well, if you're going to be so ungrateful, about all the things I try to do to help you, I brought you True TV, man. I got you more channels on your cable by selling used mattresses, man. I worked hard for that.
Yeah, but now
I had to navigate through your dried up paper towels going through your garage because of all your octogenarian nudie magazines.
I'm gonna call it the Johnny Cockering again.
All right, listen. Y'all, were you going to sue me now?
No.
You're going to sue me for staying on my property?
For you, to help you out for Lou Bob is very bad.
All right, well, maybe we can work something out there, because I'm telling you what, I'm at my wit's ends with you guys. I've tried to make this work. I can't even go on vacation for a week without coming out and finding a putt-putt course in my backyard.
No, you went on vacation.
It was beautiful, man. Don't lie. You know it was pretty.
No, it's not. It's not pretty at all. You ripped up my bushes. You took all the flowers out of my flower boxes and planted them in the ground. What are you doing, man? Everything's dead.
You know what? You are way too attached to material things, Joe.
All right.
I thought we were friends, man.
Well, you know what? We might do a little trailer flipping tonight. And I'm not talking about taking your trailer and selling it. I'm talking about flipping it upside down.
Hey, man, you know what? I'm out. You know what? I'm going to beat you there because you still got a goddamn radio show to do. So peace out, bitch.
Don't touch the edge of my tent because the water will go in.
Yeah, I'm not touching your tent. Your tent's coming down tonight.
No.
Yeah, you're gone.
Where am I going to go? No.
You're going over to Ben Charles' house with Lou Bob.
No.
Yeah, it's a done deal. I've had it. I tried to be good with you guys. I come home, I find my dogs are laying around. They won't listen to me anymore. It's ridiculous. It's like anarchy at my house right now.
I've never seen a dog eat that much food in my life.
What did you guys do to Lou Bob? Because I walk out to go take a whiz and have a cigarette. And I come back in here and he's running out the door all scared.
You know where he's headed.
He said he didn't even have time to talk or say anything.
Yeah, you know where he's headed to your house. He's picking up the fifth wheel and he's dropping it off in your backyard this time.
Oh, the hell he is.
Oh, yeah. Well,
no.
Well, you better call him.
No, look, I already told you not to let him live in your backyard because I had to kick him out when he was living at my old house.
He did say that.
He's damn sure not staying at my new house.
Well, you better call him and stop him because he's on the way to pick it up right now. He ain't staying at mine no more. He's gone.
So you're saying when I get the hell out of here and I go home and drop off the gear, he's probably going to be there?
Yeah, he's going to be emptying his septic tank right in your front yard probably. That's
No, he's going to drop it at the neighbors. That's where I told him to dump
Is
it
that?
at.
Oh,
Those loser biker neighbors.
We're definitely going to have to address this. Let's talk about this more. We got to go in a quick commercial break.
All
We're
right.
running up against time here. And frankly, I'm concerned. So even though it wasn't time to take a break, we're taking one now. So for all you out there that are listening, make sure you tune in. I'm sorry, it's been like a circus around here tonight. I mean, that's the thing with the Cranial Mission Show. I mean, you just never know what the hell's going on. So for all you out there, stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. All right, man. ESB Brewing commercial. Take one.
Patrick Stewart presents the Patrick Stewart ESB commercial, starring the great Patrick Stewart.
Hey, Patrick?
You will address me as Sir Patrick Stewart.
Okay, Mr. Sir Patrick Stewart. Can we dispense with the introduction and just do the commercial the way it's written, please?
My contract states I have some creative license with this, considering I'm not even getting paid.
Yeah. Just take it from the top. Sir Patrick Stewart. ESB Brewing commercial. Take two.
This is Patrick Stewart for ESB Brewing. I remember in primary school when I had my first pint of ale, leading me to a 68-year love affair. As a young lad, I was precocious and mischievous.
Oh, for Christ's sake, could you get on with it?
Yes, ESB Brewing brings me back to the jolly good days of my youth. Visit ESB Brewing and purchase a cold pint today.
And that's a wrap. Was that so hard, Sir Jackass Stewart?
Mind your tongue, you barbarian!
Pardon our advertising. At ESB Brewing, we spend our money on beer.
Tough economy got you down? Are your money problems causing you marital issues? Unable to hide money spent at today's gentleman's clubs? Well, you don't have to be a gentleman to come to Gyrations. Gyrations dancers work on a barter system. We only hire single mothers whose homes are in utter disrepair. So if you're blue collar and you have a viable skill, labor leads to lap dances and maybe more at Gyrations.
My plumbing is all fouled up and I need somebody to work my posthole diggers.
Do you want VIP treatment without sacrificing your kids' education? Well, don't take your tool belt off. Work yourself a deal at Gyrations.
Models are all over the age of 18 except where identification was not present.
I am the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're listening to the Cranial Emission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. Stop screwing around and listen.
In fact, you better stop screwing around and listen and get back into this program because we are broadcasting to you live like we do every Friday from 7 to 9, located here from ESB Brewing, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407, live from Tampa, Florida. 15 different beers to choose from behind the bar. Go and see the ITJ, the illustrious TJ, to pour you a pint of all these different beers. And go and get yourself some grub from Roman Gourmand. Unbelievable food. God, I mean...
Sounds like a cool name of a person. Hi, my name is Roman Gourmand.
I tell you what, man, I ate that food and I had a porkgasm. I just have to tell you.
Wow. Oh, my
It's
God.
unbelievable.
That's disgusting.
Hey, well, maybe it was too much information.
Can't
but
hear myself again.
Yeah, while we're in the process,
Uh-oh.
let's get these. Here, is that better?
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself now?
Ish.
Yes, there you go.
I can't hear me, though.
Now, we have the pleasure of being joined by the one, the only, the man that we call the Professor. And then we've been friends with for a number of years through our association, through our love of all things beer and all things hockey. Little did we realize at the time when we first started hanging out with Dave that he was actually pretty goddamn smart.
Yeah, he is this.
I mean, we knew he was smart when it came to hockey, but we didn't know he had these accolades. We didn't know he was a doctor. Ooh.
He's off.
Hey, can I?
Is he off? We don't have a microphone from Dave. Talk into the microphone,
It's
Dave.
yellow, dude. Turn yellow up.
Yellow's off.
Number 2.
There we go. There we go. Talk in.
How about now?
There we go.
All right, he's got the sexiest voice.
The
this
lusty,
side of the doctordom.
the lusty baritone voice of Dave Flanagan.
Now, little did we know, this gentleman is a doctor and at the forefront of research on malaria. And I found that, as soon as I found that out about you, I didn't even know. I thought you were just some drunk guy at the. No, I'm just kidding.
Mike, you and I have known each other for a long time.
Closer.
I said we've known each other for a long time.
I know we
I was
have.
just talking to Jill earlier. I said I think I've known Parrot over at the rink for like. I met
It's
Keith.
actually Hito now.
Oh, my bad.
He's got an alias now, Dave.
I met Keith first.
Yeah.
You second.
That's true.
Yep, no
That's
doubt.
true. We've played hockey together, what, about 10 years now at least,
Yeah.
I think.
And I guess Miggy didn't let that ever give him a reason to ask you about what you did for a living. You know,
Well, I don't like to talk work.
He knew I could score a goal, so he was like, yeah.
and play goalie, by the way.
Well, Dave, you're a doctor, from what I understand. Is that correct?
Well, it depends what circles you run
Well,
in.
I mean, I don't have malaria, but I do have this rash. You think you can take a look at it after the show? 'Cause
Hey, I'll take a look.
All right, thanks. I appreciate
No
it.
doubt.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you do, because when you told me that you work with malaria research, I mean, that's a scourge that's really plaguing a lot of countries right now.
Well, no doubt. I mean, no one wants to make malaria drugs because anyone that has malaria doesn't have money to buy drugs.
That's true.
So it's not interesting whatsoever. However, I've been working with a group over at USF for a long time. A guy named Bill Gates actually set up a foundation called the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they gave us us and a ton of other places around the company
Didn't he,
a lot of money to do research on that.
Didn't he invent like some little algorithm or something? Or?
He's like a computer.
Oh no, it was an entire operating
Something to do
system.
with computers.
That's right.
He was kind of a big dog, no doubt.
So, with all this funding, now you find yourself in the forefront of all this research, and I heard a little birdie say that you guys actually think you found a cure for this.
Well, let me tell you this. We've made a couple of molecules in the lab that you can actually, when it comes to a rat model, that you can actually cure malaria in. And that's easy to do. However, in a human, it's completely different.
Because you're talking about like light speed to like 10 miles an hour with humans.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like I said, we can easily do it in a rat, but it's completely different in a human.
So
no doubt.
That interests me because, I mean, you got to think that, the rat's metabolism is absolutely insanely fast.
Sure.
So, that's going to make that easy for you. When you talk to a human, you're dealing with a much deeper organism.
Right. No doubt. And the reason that we do this in a rat is because you can test so many different parameters.
So fast.
Yeah, so quickly.
So what's it going to take to move to the next step?
We actually have at least one molecule in clinical trials right now. It's preclinical trials. If people have interest in take a look on Google, just type in ELQ300 or P4Q391.
What was that second one again?
P4Q391. These are a couple of molecules that have been made by various groups throughout the country that are efficacious in killing malaria.
Wow.
All right, so
Are they what in killing malaria?
Efficacious, baby.
Could you explain that to Sancho? Because he definitely doesn't know what that means.
No, he said defecacious.
No, not defecacious.
Now, malaria does have a lot to do with that, Sancho, but we're going to go ahead and move along now. Now, I've known you, like I said, for a long time, about 10 years, and I never in my life, because I'm not a big guy that likes to talk about work. I'm a guy who likes to have a lot of fun. And I don't get into my job. You know, most people don't know what I do until I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
I don't even know what you do now.
See? You see what I'm saying?
I know you do this show, and next thing you know, I think you sit home and sleep in all day, no?
No.
Am I wrong?
You know what, Dave? I lived next to him for 9 months, and I thought that's all he did, too. That and play Grand Theft Auto, but I digress.
Yeah, I do that myself sometimes.
Those were the times. But, well, the fact that you're doing this research and, you know, realistically, I mean, somebody's going to make some money doing this.
It's not me.
I know. But, I mean, somebody's going to make some money doing this, and it's unfortunate because the people in the world need some drugs to take care of them. And it doesn't cost, it's not cheap to make and develop cures for these drugs.
Actually, it's super expensive.
It is.
It's
You're
super
talking
expensive. We're
like
talking
$50 million plus to do
no,
one
we're
simple
talking
drug.
probably close to $100 million.
Wow.
Easily. I mean,
Double that.
every single drug that goes through clinical trials requires tons and tons of cash to even make it close to getting.
Yeah, it's like, well, in the basics, like $50 million just in R&D alone before you move on to the next stage.
That's a low estimate, pal.
I know it is, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, Dave, while we have you here, we got to get into one of our mutually favorite topics. This is how you and I became buddies.
Yes.
Hanging out at O'Toole's, drinking beers, watching hockey.
Watching the game.
And, you know, I see you sitting here with your Buffalo Sabres shirt, and the first thing I want to say to you when I see that is, I'm sorry.
Ben, listen, I'm a fan of any American hockey player, and that's why I super am rooting for right now Dustin Brown to be the king of the next Stanley Cup champions.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's from Central New York, just like I am. I friggin' love that guy.
Well, and you should be rooting for Johnny Quick as well. I mean, he's from Connecticut,
he's from Connecticut,
right?
yeah.
It's not that far. Connecticut, New York.
You know who I love to root for? Is Brian Chianta, captain of
Montreal Canadiens. Well, I love to root for him too, but I'm a Canadian fan. So there you go. But I'm a Lightning fan first, and so one of the things I want to talk to you about. I know you're a Lightning fan.
Absolutely.
I know that you and your lovely girlfriend Jill go to some Lightning games here and there. And there's some good news or some bright spots on the horizon. First of all, last week we found out that Tyler Johnson was signed for 3 years after a Calder Cup finalist campaign. But the second guy with the Calder Cup finalist campaign was Andre Palat, who just signed for 3 years for $10 million as well. The same deal that TJ signed.
Yep.
Hey, both of those signings are huge.
They are. TJ's been one of my favorite players. Palat, I mean, you can't say enough about that guy.
I love Andre Palat. That guy always scores money goals.
Yeah. Well, and he's good defensively. I mean, TJ's so awesome on the draw, and Andre's so awesome on the defensive zone.
Dude, TJ's so good on the draw because he's got such a low center of gravity.
TJ,
no doubt. That guy's so down there, he could beat anyone.
You could put glue a toothbrush on the ice, and he's brushing his teeth with no hands.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, he could take the face off with his tongue, and just lick it out of the way, dude. I think would be remarkable.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, it might hurt. He might need some tape after that one. But yeah, I think the Lightning are looking good. I mean, they're going to bring Druin up, I imagine, right? Sometime next year.
Druin's going to be coming up next year.
That's why somebody like Connolly needs to be dealt because there's no way, and Kucherov can be dealt too because you don't think that they're going to bring in Druin and you don't think they're going to really bring in Druin and have Kucherov on the same.
Well, I mean, we talked about this with one of the writers from BoltProspects.com that we had a couple weeks ago, and they do have a glut at the wing position at this point, but not at center.
Left wing.
Yeah, left wing they do. Kucherov, I'm hoping, will not be dealt, but you got to figure that there's going to be some moves made in this offseason to secure a top 4 defenseman, whether that be trading away some of these goalies, maybe whether it's trading away some of these surplus first-round picks. We'll see what Yzerman does. But, while we're on hockey, getting out of the Lightning, let's get into the NHL playoffs. Obviously, it sounds like to me that you're rooting for the Kings.
Yeah.
And you better not. I mean, as much as I know you're from New York, but you better not be rooting for the Rangers because they have that rat bastard traitor from the Lightning known as Bilbo Baggins, a.k.a. Marty St. Louis.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, this breaks my heart so much because to me, honestly, and I know every one of you guys is going to agree, St. Louis gave his heart and soul to this team.
He did for 15 years, and he makes one big decision. It's tough. This is a tough one, dude. I don't know.
It's not very tough for me.
I'm usually a Rangers fan. After the Lightning are out of the playoffs, I'm rooting for the Rangers. And I can't this time. I'm beat up about it, and I shouldn't be. What connection do I have to it?
I mean, how do you think the Hobbits felt when Bilbo wanted to leave the Shire?
You know how they felt?
It feels precious.
It's the same way I feel after St. Louis left the Lightning.
Exactly.
Crushed.
That's the analogy I'm trying to make, buddy. And we're all rooting for the Kings here on this show, and
I just want to see Marion Gaborik. Him and Jeff Carter. I mean, look at those guys. Marion Gaborik still got, what, 12, 13, 14 goals
Justin
now?
Williams, the way
Justin
he's
Williams.
playing, even Anze Kopitar.
That team is poised and ready to raise that cup again.
This is a team that the first 3 series had to go to Game 7s just to get here. Now, had a 3-game series lead, lost that last game, but that game, the first 2 games could have gone either way. Game 3 was a blowout. Game 4 also could have gone either way. But Henrik Lundqvist, who is nails in every elimination game that he plays in, was so once again. So now here we go to Game 5, which is going on tonight, in fact. Don't have a score update yet.
No, it's not started yet. Still in pregame.
Oh, it starts at 8, it says.
It's only 8 o'clock
Still
now.
in pregame, still going through all the hoopla right now. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on there. Now,
yeah, it just started.
And some other NHL news. This is some kind of off-season news, but these are things that are relevant to the playoffs. First of all, in the NHL playoffs, I can't remember a time when goaltender interference was as bad as it is now. It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous, and you're seeing goalies get injured, by the droves because of the collisions with the goaltenders. And the coaches and the competition committee has decided to address this, and now we're looking at coaches' challenges for 2014, but they did exclude the goalie interference in terms of that being challenged, but they're supposed to enforce it more next year.
But we've watched this all season. Ben Bishop got beat up many times.
Well, I know. It's not just the playoffs. It's going to regular season, too.
Exactly. It's no
But
different.
it's a problem.
It is a problem, definitely.
I mean, this is something that wasn't allowed before, and all of a sudden, I mean, hell, you remember what was it? You should remember this. I mean, your guy lived in northern New York as a Buffalo. Hello, crease rule.
Yeah.
Why
of course,
they lost the
Dallas
Stanley
all
Cup?
day. That's why Hasek
so
doesn't have a
you
goal.
couldn't even skate in the goddamn crease before, and now you can just run a goaltender.
Now it's all day you're in there.
Right.
You come crashing down on the net. Oh, he's
I mean,
crashing
how many
the net.
times in this season did, when the Ottawa played us did Corey Conacher barrel into Bishop? 3 times. Just barreled right into
But they
him.
look at Corey Conacher and they say, what? He weighs 95 pounds.
But still.
Yeah, but at 30 miles an hour.
That kid's coming fast.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the Montreal Canadiens series and how that changed when Carey Price was injured by Chris Kreider.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Smith, the injuries that he sustained earlier in the season by being collided into. This is a problem that has to be remedied, and so far they're not fully addressing it, and that's kind of upsetting to me. Another rule with the competition committee. They're making recommendations now to make some changes to OT. OT, as we've seen, going to shootouts way too often. So one of the remedies, there's been a number of people saying out there should be 3-on-3. I don't know about that. We already made a 4-on-4. It's a little too much for me. But now they're talking about switching the benches. Now, typically after the third period, they wouldn't switch the benches. They wouldn't switch sides. Now they're talking about doing that so that both teams will have the long change and presumably will be more tired as a result.
Okay. That makes sense. I like that. I like that ruling. I mean,
that's not a big change. I don't mind
really
that
not.
at all.
No, I don't. But
I mean, think how much of a big change is that for professional athletes? Yeah, they played a regular game, but I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, it's even for both teams, so what's it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it steps up, the advantage of one team over another all of a sudden.
And then shouldn't the home team have some sort of advantage? I mean, that's kind of, you got to have a little home team advantage there to
Maybe
begin
they
with.
could do a 5-minute OT with 4-on-4 and then another 5-minute with 3-on-3.
Well, that's what I've always thought. But, you put someone there at 3-on-3, that game's ended in a matter of 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. There's way too much space going on
But it's
there.
better than having to bust your ass all game, fight for every inch, and then go to a freaking shootout where it's not even a team game anymore.
It's a skills competition.
Yeah.
Right, it's a skills competition. But one of the other changes they're making with overtime is the dry finish. Now, typically after the third period, they wouldn't refinish the ice at all. You wouldn't bring the Zambonis out. Now they're talking about basically, as you guys know, you played hockey, just a quick dry finish of the ice. So basically, you just bring the Zamboni out, you just smooth it out, and then off you go.
Isn't that what they do now?
No. Not
I
quite.
mean, they actually zam between the nets, I guess, yeah.
Well, yeah, between the nets, but that's it.
I think they shouldn't do anything.
No, I think they should leave it as it is.
Yeah.
Leave it choppy out there.
Go score a goal, buddy.
Good luck.
I mean, you had 60 minutes to do it already, so yeah, let's just turn it into like like a road warrior type event out
There's
there.
no defense hunting you down.
Maybe
though.
maybe some chains.
You got
maybe
all day long.
Maybe a bow and arrow or something. I think
Maybe a really sharp boomerang that you could throw.
Yeah.
Joe's going
Little
all
kid
medieval on
I'm
NHL
just saying.
Little kid
playoffs.
could catch it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I tell you what, ratings would go up.
Yeah, you
That's
got a
all
guy.
I'm saying.
You got a guy swinging through, a mentally handicapped guy with an iron helmet. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, listen though, don't people like the shootout though? I mean, don't people get fired up with the shootout?
Yeah,
I know.
but I think
Listen,
it's kind of.
I don't get fired up at all by the shootout. The
when
shootout
I-
sucks.
Hey, when I'm at a game, I don't like the shootout either. But when I'm at a game and there's a shootout, I'm fired up.
When you're at the game, though, but so many people don't go to the game.
I got you.
Yeah, but are you really okay with your team losing as a result of a skill competition?
Right, but the problem is that back in the day when we used to watch it as kids, it used to end in a tie.
That's true. Yeah.
Leave it to the doctor to bring some reasonability into this
That is
conversation.
true.
That was just as bad sometimes.
Okay, well then
ending the
I
tie
pose
sucks.
this to you. You're a man out there trying to cure malaria. How do you cure the overtime problem?
Oh,
You're the commissioner. You're
Answer
Batman.
that,
What do you do?
doctor.
I'm having a meltdown all of a sudden. I don't know how to answer.
It's your choice.
And here's the thing. I'm going to add another wrinkle to it. You can't use lab rats.
See, then I'm doomed.
Can you put them on ice?
All I have is animal
I
testing
don't
all day long.
understand. What are you talking? I don't understand.
Yeah, but they don't have hockey in Honduras, so
No.
no, you know it's all right. We'll explain it to you later.
What did the rats?
No,
did
the
hockey-
rats they play hockey.
Did they freeze them?
Can I get one of those mustaches?
Yeah,
No, you have to grow it.
it's
From a stick.
Wow.
Well, guys, we're up against it when it comes to a commercial break here. Dr. Dave Flanagan, thank you
thanks
so
for
much
being
for
on,
being
man.
a part of the
Appreciate it.
show, brother.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey,
I've
good luck
friggin'
with
had
your
a
work,
blast.
man. That's really incredible, and I hope
you.
you save a bunch of lives with that, dude. It's
I
incredible.
save a bunch of rats. I know.
Hey,
that.
well, hey.
I tried to get this guy in movies, but no, he couldn't go in the movie. But he did come on our radio, so we thank you for that, Mr. Flanagan.
I appreciate
you,
it,
brother.
fellas. I had a good time.
Well, for all you Craniacs that are out there, make sure you stay with us. We got to jump into a quick commercial break. And what?
Cut his mic off.
I'll turn his mic off.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really
All right.
loud when it's in
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to jump into a quick commercial break here. Miggy just keeps trying to break the fourth wall and coach me
Yeah,
while I'm trying to
broken the-
narrate.
this is
Appreciate
one-
that, buddy.
Our show is one big fourth wall.
But stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Howdy, folks. It's your old pal Bubba Clinton here. On the heels of the overwhelming success of my novelty condom line known as Billy Bags, I've been urged by my female constituency to create Bildos, a new line of sex toys for all you tarts, which I personally guarantee will please your lady parts. First up the bat is the JFK. This majestic rubber dong will end any missile crisis blockading your panty hamster. This Bildo comes complete with a fully adjustable internal spine, proven to tickle any G-spot. Upgrade to the Deluxe, which includes exploding head action. For you ladies on the go, try the travel size RFK model. A little pocket willie is sure to make that kitty purr. Now for you BBWs sporting a moose knuckle, we got a Bildo just for you. The Grover Cleveland is warranted to stretch any meat sleeve. It was designed with new exciting rubber technology that actually expands with contact and moisture. This bad boy will have the fat lady singing from beginning to end. The Grover is for sure to be re-elected to your Oval Office. Next in line is a novelty Bildo sure to complete any collection. The George Washington is the first of its kind. A solid wooden dong made out of the finest cherry straight from Mount Vernon. I cannot tell a lie, ladies. I did not have sex with that. Well, I'm just kidding. Use with caution, as extreme friction could cause splintering. These shafts will be a numbered limited edition, so don't hesitate and pre-order one today. Finally, if you like a little kink in the stink, then let me propose to you the Bildozer, a marvelously designed butt plug with unyielding penetrating power. This fleshy dork screw is equipped with a tightly coiled spring to allow rapid jackhammer gratification. This Bildo even comes with its own operating glove to prevent slippage during accelerated use. So don't delay and order one today. Or better yet, why not nominate all my representatives to be members of your cabinet? I am Bill Clinton, and I approve these insertables.
Look for Bildos in adult stores near you.
This is Punky Brewster's adopted father calling from heaven for the Cranial Emission Show. Oh, Punky.
Hey, it's Harry Carey here. Have you lost a loved one? Perhaps a beloved pet? Well, I can get you in touch with Autumn Builder and Little Bubbles. Then all you gotta do is call 1-800.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. Some technical issues here, but we are working through them. Proud to have Dave Flanagan as a part of the show, Professor Dave, Dr. Dave, whatever you want to call him.
Dr. Dave.
You know, apparently substitute goaltender Dave as well, as he's sometimes known.
That was actually a funny deal. It was good to see him do that.
But we broadcast like we do every Friday here from ESB Brewing, located here in rainy and sunny, all at the same time, Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Sweet D.
Sweet D.
407. 15 different beers to choose from. Get yourself a pint from the ITJ, the illustrious TJ himself. We are the Triumvirate. Coming back for the second half of the show, Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, the Reverend Joey T. Tricky Rick sitting here behind the production setup over here.
And Ben just drank a Red Bull because he's talking really, really fast.
And then Sancho, who hangs out with us from time to time, will be allowed.
How are you?
Sounds like you're going to be homeless at the end of the show, but anyway.
No, I'm leaving your gazebo.
No, you will not be living in my gazebo.
It's better than condoms.
Well, that's true.
I got your personal dog. I live in the gazebo.
You know what? If you want to sleep there and chase away all the
miscreants.
Yes, thank you. Wow, I'm impressed by you. Know what a miscreant is.
Impressive.
Did he just say what?
Yeah, he did.
No, I saw this miscreant.
Yeah, you had it right the first time.
You were doing so well.
That was good.
You were doing so well. Now, I tell you who's not doing so well, and it kind of coincided, in a sense anyway, when Joey left, are the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, they weren't doing well to begin with, but they absolutely dive-bombed after Joey left.
I don't even know what to talk about. I've gone back and watched a couple of the games. They replayed them, so I checked them out, and I wanted to see what was going on. Pitching hasn't been bad. I mean, the recipe for the Rays winning has been there. There's been pitching, there's been defense, but God, they can't hit the ball, man. I mean, where'd they go? They went 31 innings without scoring something, dude. That's insane, dude. I mean, that's almost impossible. You would almost have to try to do that, dude. I've never heard of a team going 31 innings without scoring a run. And then our hometown Sefner boy, Matt Joyce, comes through with the base hit up the middle 2 nights ago to score a run against.
A run.
Well, no, they got 2 runs.
I know.
And they did. You know what, dude? Look, it's going to be rough. They're 15, 16 games back right now, dude. I don't even look at the paper right now. I'm done looking at the paper. I'm done looking at anything until they actually win like 5 in a row, and then maybe I'll start paying attention. But I mean, if they don't get back within like 7 or 8 before the All-Star break, dude, it's not really going to happen, dude. I mean,
you look at the situation too, Joe, and it's not like the pitching isn't delivering right
now.
No,
that's what I said. Pitching's been good.
And there's been some injuries. I mean, Ryan Hannigan's one of the guys that comes to mind, but you can't blame the success of the hitters on missing that one guy.
No. Nobody's hitting the ball very well at all. I looked, everybody's down to 2. Like, I think when I left, there was a lot more 270, 260s. Now they're all 240s, 230s. They're just not. I mean, I think they went 22 in a row with the guys on base without a base hit. I mean, you expect something to go bad, but it just really sucks that seemed to happen when the Blue Jays were blowing up and the Baltimore Orioles are blowing up. So at the same time, they're losing every game. These other teams are winning every game. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough time. I mean, I'm going back 10 years, so I'm used to the Rays sucking. It's not like I haven't been through this with them before.
Well, they've been pretty good the last couple of years.
6 years. I think 5 out of 6 they've been in the playoffs. So I'm not dogging them. I'm just saying, man.
They were due for a bad season.
May and June have not been good to them, dude. So I mean, they're not out of it. There's been funnier things happen, but they really are going to need. And I see they brought this guy. What's his name? Kirkenheimer or whatever. They brought him up, and they needed that. They desperately needed a left-handed bat off the bench. I believe if you go back in the tape, I've said that since day one. I've been saying, why don't they got a left-handed bat on the bench? They don't have a left-handed bat on the bench. Why is there not a left-handed bat on the bench? It makes no sense. He's been a little like handcuffed. Joe Madden has without having this left-handed bat. I mean, you gotta have these things on the bench. You gotta have a good right-handed bat. And I think another thing the Rays are lacking, and we know they don't have the hugest payroll, but they don't have that veteran on the bench. They don't have that Adam Dunn or that Paul Konerko.
Fred McGriff.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't play anymore. But,
I know.
But somebody like that. They need a guy
a veteran when he was
that can come off the bench that's done this pitch hitting thing once in a while and maybe run into one instead of running Brandon Geyer up there who's had 2 good games the entire season.
Do you think when trade deadline is coming across, I think they're going to move a lot of people?
You don't see guys come in and get the walk-offs either anymore. Back in the day with the Rays, we were famous for the walk-offs.
Yeah, the magic is gone. There's no doubt about the Mad Magic has definitely left the building, and they need maybe they need to go play over in Disney World again because that's what started their magic. They got a little of that fairy dust on them when they were playing when they did their spring training over in.
Speaking of
and they
fairies.
played a couple games over there as well. I believe they played the Blue Jays over there for a series, but they really have lost their magic. And I don't know, man. Let's bring this back up next week when maybe I can say something positive. All right.
Well, you said speaking of fairies, Mickey, and it actually reminded me of one of the most discriminatory people in all of sport, and that is Donald Sterling, who is back in the news.
Dude, hey, let me just tell you something. S is about to hit the fan with this guy.
Well, his wife procured a deal where he was going to make $2 billion, a lot of it tax-free. And right when seemed like he finally relented and was going to do the deal, he's since recanted this and now is threatening to sue again.
And he's hired 3 six-figure lawyers to research everyone in the NBA, from the commissioners down to the team owners, to find any indiscretion that has to do with racial, gender discrimination, sexual discrimination. He's about to. I tell you, S is about to hit the fan with this guy.
This is going to go on for a while.
They made a huge mistake.
Do you think he's wrong? I don't think he's wrong, man. I mean, I think everything he said was wrong.
Yeah, but
and I think what's in his
closed-
heart might be wrong. But dude, he's not the only guy. Look, I'm with what's his name from the Mavericks.
You're talking about Mark Cuban?
Yeah, Mark Cuban has come out, and he obviously has not said that he's siding with Sterling, but he has to side on the fact that the man, he's entitled to his opinion. I mean, this was a phone call. This wasn't a press
behind
conference.
closed doors opinion, which was all
That's what I'm
illegally
trying to say.
obtained. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say. This whole thing was set up, and he's turning into, it's like a witch hunt right now.
It really is.
And regardless of how bad a guy is, he still has rights as an American citizen, as a business owner, man.
You know what? As bad as the PR is for basketball right now with the association of Donald Sterling, I think there's a sport that trumps bad publicity when it comes to current events, and that is, let's face it, unfortunately, the World Cup. It started with the way they handled the construction, everything going on in Brazil. You heard all these stories as they were trying to ready all these stadiums about all the rampant pollution going on from the rush construction. The fact that they built what was apparently a $400 million stadium in the middle of the Amazon
to play
four games. Okay, so FIFA, once again, who is really the prime representative of sports corruption, them in the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, who we talked about just a couple of weeks ago in the news. And this World Cup in Brazil starts out with what apparently seemed to be either an extremely bad referee in that Brazil-Croatia game or a completely fixed game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go that far to say it was fixed. I think I actually saw a recap on it. They had a couple soccer players talking about it. I'm not exactly a big soccer fan, but they seem to think that there was a couple soft goals on the goalie's part, and that he could have stopped a few of them. I think anytime you have a poor country that gets a ton of money from a organizing body, especially a sports organizing body, and none of the money seems to go anywhere except into this huge crappy ass stadium. I think we saw it in China when they had the Olympics there. For some reason, we tend to have all of these World Cup events or these world-class events in these very poor countries. And I got to admit, if I'm living in the ghettos of Brazil or the ghettos of, what's that big city there?
Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah, is that where it's at? No,
they have all the favelas and stuff like that.
Anyway, my point is, it's just to the point where, like, if you're a kid living on the street, you're not going to be happy. I mean, the teachers are rioting. There's no money for schools. They can't educate their kids.
Subway people are picketing.
Yeah, the only people that make money off of these big events are the leaders and whoever's been contracted to do the work.
Right,
and that's
but
the truth.
Why would you come to someplace like the United States where you're going to pay everybody when you don't got to pay damn near anybody? You can get slave labor, and you can just pay these dumbass warlords the money to build the stuff in there. That's where the corruption lies in all these communities.
Absolutely, and that's what happens is that people don't have a say on what happens to the money when they get there because they're not in charge of anything. And I guess they didn't have any money to begin with, but it's a little ruder to come in and rub it in their face and have all these rich tourists come in, and these people are like, God, man.
Do they really care?
No, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. And you know what? Everybody at the top, everybody involved in the government's going to walk away with a fat paycheck out of this. And they're already making more money than anybody lives there. It's ridiculous.
FIFA, just like the IOC, what they do is they target second and third world countries because the first world countries aren't going to get on board with it because they're not going to break the budget. If any first world country where the population has a voter base, where they're actually allowed to voice their opinion, they're going to shoot these things down because the money that they spend is insane. And let's face it, there really is no return on investment. You look at the situation in Qatar, which we talked about for 2020 with FIFA, how guys are dying of heart attacks from basically what amounts to slave labor to build these stadiums. For the 2020 World Cup, that's 6 years away. So, I mean, are we seeing fatigue? I mean, I think at this point the cynicism for events like the World Cup and for events like the Olympics are at an all-time high.
From what I understand, the countries don't even want the Olympics now. People are like, it's too expensive.
Or the World Cup.
Well, no, I mean, first of all, why do you got to build a stadium? There's no reason why this should be happening anywhere where there's not stadiums already available. You shouldn't have to. I mean, how many stadiums do we have in the United States that could handle the World Cup? Now, we can't have it every time, but Europe could, and so can we. And until these countries can get money to build the things, then, what's the issue, man?
Well, I mean, moving on from that, and like I said, we were talking about the fact that the World Cup was going to be in Qatar in 2020, and last week we got into the dress code, how they're so touchy about the way people dress. And this kind of leads into a story that I found interesting. This is one of Miggy's stories that he wanted to talk about. A Japanese clothing company that has unveiled new sizes. And talk about blunt. In Western society, how PC we are, how sensitive we are to true and honest criticism, but apparently not in Japan.
No.
So this company, this Japanese brand called Fat Yo.
Fat Yo.
Oh, that's what's actually called
Fat Yo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this company comes along and it offers 4 sizes, okay? Twitch, skinny, fat, and jumbo.
Okay.
What's Twitch?
I don't know.
What size is Twitch? Is that like you're a crackhead?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a meth size.
No, it's like, hey, I'm gonna put the shirt on.
Yeah, that's
it's
exactly
like a
what it
Tyrone
is.
Bigham
You're
size.
twitching.
Yeah. I smoke crack.
What it means is that if you start twitching, the shirt or pants will actually fall off of you. So, you need a belt.
So
for sure.
Twitch,
So, yeah.
skinny, and what were the other two?
Twitch, skinny, fat, and jumbo.
Fat and jumbo.
That almost sounds like popcorn sizes.
So I guess average is skinny, and then you have fat, and then you have jumbo.
So Ben, what do you think you fit at right now if you were in Japan?
Definitely fat.
Yeah, you're not jumbo.
No, I'm not jumbo, but I would
you're
say
not hitting
fat.
skinny, I don't think.
No, I'm not
I don't think
hitting
any
skinny.
one of us qualifies for skinny except maybe Slick Rick over there, man. But
Now, just to let you know, after reading further, Twitch is also used. It's a derogatory term referring to women who are often attractive but promiscuous and vindictive.
I tell you what's derogatory to the Japanese.
Wow.
Is the fact that there's a Brazilian dude out there that's using plastic surgery to look like one of them. And how many times have we talked about on the Cranial Mission Show about the plastic surgery epidemic? We got into, what was it, about a year ago, about the Russian girl that looks like Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
All these different times we've seen people trying to get these surgeries so that they can look a certain way. And Miggy, come on, bring this one in for me.
Well, Richard, you're going to bring up those photos for us of the Brazilian guy. And now, this guy, he used to
It's
go
plastic surgery.
Yeah, he used to go by Max, and he used to look like a pretty normal guy. I couldn't find an original photo for him, but now he's going by. I want to say if I'm quite correct, it's Xian, Xiahn Nishi.
Zhang
Nishi. Okay, and this guy. Oh my gosh.
what is it? Is he hoping to get better in math? Is that what he's hoping?
I don't know, but
he learned physics.
I'm thinking maybe he wants to get accepted by Harvard.
He received 10 different surgeries.
So he's obviously not a poor Brazilian man. I mean, this costs money, right? I mean, you can't just go in there. 10 surgeries, you got to be looking at a couple, $30,000. I would.
This guy
imagine,
had
right?
to spend a ton of money. It doesn't say how much money he spent.
Is there a
offhand.
reason why he wanted to be Asian?
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say the big question is why.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe he had a small unit.
You're thinking he was just trying to fit into his small unit?
He was looking to make an excuse for having the Twitch size of genitalia.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Yeah, I mean, but it still seems like for $30,000 you could have just put bigger unit on.
I mean, does
right?
it seem like a coincidence that the Japanese only have 2 small sizes and 2 big sizes and nothing in the middle?
I mean, you got to think
on
this,
the clothing. Does it seem like a coincidence to you?
This guy's got to have mental issues. I mean, he spent all this money to go under 10 surgeries, and the guy's like, I look much handsomer. He told the Sydney Morning Herald, but everybody that's involved with this case is kind of like, this guy might want to deal with some issues before he goes under the knife again.
Yeah, this is a little disturbing, and honestly, the thing I find most disturbing at all this, and the Barbie and all of this. plastic surgery revolution we're going through is that these doctors will continue to do it to these people, man.
They don't care.
Why wouldn't they?
Money
It's
talks,
money in the
man.
bank.
Yeah,
Right.
but they did take a Hippocratic oath, most of them.
Well, I think some of them are obviously taking a hypocritic oath.
I think you're right,
the Hippocratic Oath broke when the Black Plague was being cured.
All right. Well, whatever the case is, I'm saying though, you should have some responsibility at some level if you're the one doing this. And to someone to be like, I want to be Asian, you should be like, you know what, dude, just cut your hair short and dye it black, man. I mean, you get close enough, right?
This is what's
Tape
odd.
your eyes to the side.
But this is what's odd to me too is you want to be Asian, you're Brazilian, and there's some people out there in society that are envious of the Brazilians. I mean,
Right.
talk about
Great skin.
Talk about a passionate and very sexual type of society.
Oh yeah.
Why would you want to disassociate yourself from that to a society that's really not known for that? I mean, unless he's just.
I mean, for God's sakes, when you're watching the porn videos, they got little pixels over their private parts. That's no
Right,
fun.
yeah, over in Japan.
That's
yeah.
no
What's
fun.
up with that?
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I never. I guess you guys watched a little more porn than that's cool, but
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm going to say it right for the camera too. Is the camera pointing at me?
Yeah, it will be right now.
I have never, ever looked at Japanese porn. Ever.
All right. Well, that's pretty convincing.
There you go. That was my disclaimer.
But yeah, it's a weird fetish, and honestly, maybe the problem is, and we don't have the hugest viewing area, so I don't think we're contributing to it much. But
maybe you don't have a huge viewing area.
Hey, you worry about
my
your-
viewing area is quite enormous.
Are we talking about your belly?
Boy, that sounds a little bit personal there.
That's the fat size in
Damn,
Japan.
yeah.
Yes, the
What's
fat
up, Jumbo?
size
My
is-
milkshake brings all the boys to the yard because it's better than yours, and then
and
they have to charge.
And our milkshake brings us to another commercial break here, guys. So for all you out there that are listening, make sure you stay with us. We've got 2 more segments left after this. If you're listening live, get your ass up here. Go get yourself some beer here at ESB. Get yourself some food from Roaming Gourmand. We're going to take a quick break, have a cigarette, make a pit stop, whatever. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's Harry Carey here. Have you lost a loved one? Perhaps a beloved pet? Well, I can get you in touch with Automelda and Little Bubbles. Then all you gotta do is call 1-800-ASK-HARRY, and I got you covered. Your deceased loved ones will be nothing more than a phone call away with Harry Carey's Liaisons to the Dead. Call me now at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. Here's Charlie from Toronto.
Harry Carey got me in touch with my Uncle Abe, and I found out he was the Sausage King of Chicago.
Then there's John from Salt Lake City.
My Meemaw Agnes told me where to find a fortune she had hidden from a bank robbery she had done in the early 40s.
So call me now and get in touch with your loved ones at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. That's 1-800-ASK-HARY. Hello, this is Professor Ptolemy Tyson for ESP Brewing, where the birth of chemically created libations is paramount. Here at ESP Brewing, our happy yeast has perfectly metabolized our recipe of malt sugars to create the finest baby bubbles of carbon dioxide, bodaciously fantastic flavors, and the Mr. Feelgood chemical ethanol. Come congregate and ruminate over ESP's amazing concoctions.
You've seen people who have straightened up from the TV show Intervention. This is a story of those who have been left behind.
Man, we can't even find anything, man. Your boy won't even talk to us without you around.
It's time to bring the recovering addict back to where he belongs.
Remember the last time we went out, we had them 2 hoes?
And Freddie was with that crazy tranny.
I love you, man, but I need someone I can take advantage of.
Join us tonight for the premiere episode of Reintervention. Real life, real drama, real junkies.
I heard you was trying to go back to school, man. School ain't no good. All they trying to do is control you, fool.
Are we willing to lose lives left behind who don't want to be saved? Join us for the first season of Reintervention.
This is Admiral Akbar. You're listening to the Cranial Emission Show, but it's probably a trap.
Howdy, folks. Billy Boy's back and ready to get you mile high.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. Coming to you live. More sound issues going on here, but we will get it together, rest assured. We always right the ship, or at least we try to. Broadcasting to you live from ESB Brewing, located here in scenic Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407 is where we broadcast from. 2 more segments left. Get yourself some beer here from ESB. Get yourself some grub from Roaming Gourmand. Go to Facebook, by the way, facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network. Like the page there. Like Roaming Gourmand's page on Facebook as well. And if you want to call in, you want to be a part of the show, you can do so at 813-NEW-TALK. That is 813-NEW-TALK. The triumvirate here to get into another segment. And jumping into a topic that we like to get into quite a bit. It's Florida news.
It's very high. This story is very high on our list of things.
It is very high on our list of things.
It's important.
And there was a man that was accused of striking his brother. Now, here in Florida, that's not that unusual.
I hit my brother.
Of an event. But in this particular case in Polk County, which is very close to us, let's face it.
That's Lakeland, right?
Man, that's where all these guys are from down there in Polk County now.
Rodney Brown, a man from Polk County, 33 years old.
Can't they all just get along?
Charged with domestic battery, and on top of that, cultivation of marijuana, possession of
I ain't
pot,
a cultivator, I'm a
and
Protestant.
possession of paraphernalia, and an alleged blunt force attack where he decided to strike his older brother. I'm sorry, Rodney Brown's 31. His older brother's 33. Decides to strike him with a marijuana plant.
What the hell?
Oh, no.
Wow. I mean, first of all, that's not that dangerous. I mean, I've been hit with worse.
You want to hit it onto that thing with the screen, and it's all the things fall. Sorry.
Yeah. Did he hit him with
allegedly?
Now,
Allegedly.
do we know was this in dirt? Was this? Did he hit him with the whole?
Was
pot
it? Yeah. Was
plant?
there a pot?
I mean, because I can.
Well, they said that he
was the pot in a pot.
They said that he struck his brother in the face with several marijuana plants that were from the yard of their residence. So I don't know if he just yanked him out of the yard and started whipping him with it.
Started whipping him with it.
But when deputies responded to the domestic disturbance call, they walked in and found 10 different marijuana plants and drug paraphernalia. And then Brown, apparently, in the alleged attack, uprooted several cannabis plants of various lengths and then used them in a harsh manner. They said it was on the police report as utilizing hemp in a harsh manner.
Against the police?
No, against his brother.
So they didn't use the water pipe.
So he's like, "You dumbass! You got the cops
And
over
you
here."
can't just roll that joint because it's a really harsh manner and really bad for you.
Oh, is that what it
now
was?
you got to use it, filter it through the water,
All right.
get the toxins out,
Yeah.
and then smoke it this.
Well, this
sounds
doesn't
a lot like
surprise me.
Lou Bob, actually.
This
the way you're
really
talking.
is
Elroy, his cousin.
This is really
Their brother.
I think this is kind of a typical Polk County story. I mean, the guys are probably having a good time. Somebody sounds like they had a little too much to drink, is where I'm going with it. And there was probably an argument about who planted the plants and who was getting most of what was coming out. And that's probably where it went down, is what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, maybe they just did it happen in the morning? I'm guessing it happened in the morning because most people aren't morning people.
No, this was at nighttime. This was like 7:30 at night.
No, to wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you like to do?
Coffee.
Yes. How about I'm gonna put this on for size. Marijuana coffee.
Marijuana coffee.
Marijuana-infused coffee has come to the state of Washington, promising consumers a caffeinated buzz.
Wow.
This sounds delightful to me in a number of ways. Okay, give me a chance here.
Number of ways: coffee and marijuana.
Well, just hold on. Hear me out for a second.
Bring it.
We've all heard the term "wake and bake."
Yes,
right?
we have.
But in this sense, you know how well, maybe you guys don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and say it for myself. You know how you go to wake up and you go to smoke out and you're like, "Oh, I'm ready to take on the world." Then you smoke and, "Oh, I'm ready
to go take on a nap."
Lay back on I'm going to lay back on the couch now, and I would play video games, but I don't even feel that. But here's the deal: when you add the coffee into it, all of a sudden it peps you up. Now, here's the other thing that's nice: caffeine in coffee is known to be an appetite suppressant. So maybe the coffee, in conjunction with the pot, causes to cancel out the munchies. I'm just saying that might be a good thing.
This whole thing seems very confusing for my brain. Like, I don't know what I mean, to me, it's like...
Did you have some of that coffee before?
I did not.
If you were to be on the golf
segment?
course and drank some of this, you would have had a really good time.
No, I don't think I would have.
Why?
Because I think you're mixing two things together.
Why?
You're mixing two things that don't need to go together, man. I mean,
Yeah,
do you
but
want to wake up in the morning?
There is some strains that wake you up. Why not just?
No.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Look, it sounds really, really kitschy to me, really nichey, and they're trying to make something, ever since they legalized weed, they're going to be weed everything. Before you're done with it, some guy's going to put drywall. There's going to be like, come to your house and fix your holes in your drywall with hemp flavored drywall. You know, I mean, at what end does it stop? I don't get it, man. I got to be honest. I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It seems just kind of...
I'm surprised by that, frankly. I'm surprised that you're not a fan of this.
Well, dude, I kind of enjoy just drinking a cup of coffee and smoking a joint at the same time.
Well, then do it.
Yeah, but it seems a little defeatist to me. It's like, would it cancel out each other?
Exactly.
I mean, caffeine
I don't think it would.
Racy,
you're back at square
because
one.
when you ingest it, it's different than when you smoke it.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to be awake. You're going to be buzzing. You're going to have a good time.
You know what I say? You know what I see? I see CNN about 6 months from now being like, production in Washington State's down 40%.
Oh, I mean, come on. Well, look at Colorado.
Well, I mean, production. I'm not talking about production of weed. I'm talking about like people that work.
But let's wait for the numbers to come out for Colorado, because I think you're going to get a lot more production from a happy constituent base.
But you talk about trying to get the best of both worlds, right? You talk about getting the best of both worlds.
Both worlds.
When you talk about the weed and the coffee, but how about weed and sex?
Oh, righty then.
Marijuana-based lube is now coming out so that you can get a real internal high, if you know what I mean.
Now, wait, does this actually get you high? Or is it just hemp oils?
Cannabis lube is out.
Well, I mean, hemp,
on the market.
Hemp, as we all know, is a very oily plant. It can be used for several things. You can use it to burn in lamps. You can use hemp oil for tons of stuff. You can cook with it. It doesn't generally mean that it's going to get you high.
Now, let me ask you a quick question, though. If you put it up a girl's snooch, right?
Yeah.
What if all
Which
of a
is
sudden...
the clinical term, by the way.
What if all of a sudden she starts freaking out and goes, put a burrito up my vajaj?
Like she gets...
and her vajay's going to be all like...
Unless, of course, it already looks like one, and then you wouldn't notice.
Oh.
Ooh, that reminds me of a movie called Teeth.
Oh.
I do the girl that stars in that movie, I clean her grandma's windows.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
What else do you do for grandma?
Yeah. No, I showed her my movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, so it's a coconut oil based lubricant. It's called what the heck was it called here?
Coca Snooch?
Floria.
Okay.
And it's a safe thing. They've tested it and it works. They say they're saying it makes everything more sensitive and it absorbs into the membrane of the vagina and the entire vulva, the inner circle, labia, clitoris included. I just described the whole female anatomy.
I got a question. Does
Yeah.
it make her snooch more hungry for some meat?
That's what I just said. She wanted to stuff a taco up her snooch there. Now, what if you put it in the old brown eye? Is she going to get hungry for something?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? One could only hope.
Yes. So this bottle sells for about $88. Let's see, where's it coming out of here? Where's it?
So I guess you'd be trading a little green for the brown?
Yeah, I guess so.
Joe said she got 3 brown eyes. One's a winking, one's
two winking, one stinking. That's how it is, brother.
Now, while we're on the topic of things that are sensuous, who knew? I certainly had never given it a moment's thought, but
I would have.
Who knew that dolphins were sensuous?
Well, they got a blowhole.
Well, all right.
A scientist decided to let everyone know that during his relationship with the dolphins...
Wait, his? I thought it was a woman.
I'm sorry, a woman. That
Wake up.
during her relationship with the dolphins in the 1960s, that she had come to discover that dolphins were sensuous. And now this was during a new documentary known as the Girl Who Talked to Dolphins. Now, Margaret Howe Lovett, who's now 97, so she's got no shame anymore. She doesn't care.
I think it's the girl who touched the talk of the dolphins.
Now, she had a job. It was actually, this was interesting, but she was partially funded while she was in St. Thomas for this by NASA to study dolphin communication and explore the possibilities of communication between humans and dolphins. This was in 1965, and she lived in isolation for 6 months with a bottlenose dolphin, and get this, check his name out, named Peter.
Did it last till 1969, the experiment, just by curiosity?
Did you say bottlenosed?
Yeah,
That's
it was
all
a
I'm
bottlenose
saying.
dolphin.
All right, first of all, they got a blowhole. Now, I think she might be mistaking one thing. I think pretty much if you were to take any male mammal, you might mistake horniness for sensuality. I mean, my dog still tries to hump my leg. He has no idea what's going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's 6 months. It's a good clip of time.
Well, but
you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
she got to watch out because...
Did she bang the dolphin?
Well, This is what she says. They asked
What would you
her,
call that? Dolphin style?
Apparently, her goal was to get dolphins to communicate. Now, Peter never learned to speak English, but he did practice the language of love. And
The international language.
Now,
huh?
now, Lovett's quoted as saying, "Peter was a young guy. He was sexually coming of age.
Whoa, this lady's
and a
having
bit
fun.
naughty."
You know, the scary thing is dolphins are one of the only mammal species that are known to commit sexual assault. They will literally have a pod of, say, 5 or 6 males, and they will round up a female and constantly, literally, forcefully have their way with that female dolphin.
Yeah, treat her like Sasha Grey, right?
And then yeah, exactly.
Hey.
And then send
There's
her
a
away.
name you could love.
There is.
Now, what was interesting about
And
this
dolphins
too,
are gray, so
she
maybe-
said at first she would take that Randy dolphin for visits with female dolphins, but because that took up too much time, she opted to, and this is in quotes, relieve his desires herself manually.
Oh, she gave him the old 5-knuckle shuffle.
How does that work, though? I mean, how does that work?
Well, I mean,
Well, what you do is you take 5 hands, you wrap it around his little miscreant there, and you go
There you go.
until he goes.
Now, with a dolphin, does he ejaculate through the blowhole? I'm just curious.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think so, but I do
Tell you,
think
it's like a gallon coming out. From
Do you
what
think
I
he
heard.
goes back and brags to the other dolphins? He's like, man, I got this crazy human bitch over here.
This lady just gave me a friggin'. She flogged my dolphin. Is what
And you know, Miggy was talking about earlier about some of the tendencies that dolphins have, and here are 5. In addition to the story we were just talking about, 5 surprising facts about dolphin sex. And apparently, we find out that a lot of dolphins actually have bisexual tendencies. So, you know, like you said, Miggy, they are all about trying to get some. And here's the top 5. First of all, they have a very creative way of seeking pleasure. Okay, they will actually perform the most creative form of animal masturbation, and they do so by wrapping a live wriggling eel around their crank.
Oh, I've done that. No, wait. All right, first of all, I've
This
done
is what
that.
it says.
Wait,
This is a scientific article. Okay,
I'm telling you
this is
straight
not
up,
for me.
I've done this, so it's not that
Oh,
rare.
you've actually wrapped an eel around your
Yeah,
crank.
eels are so mucusy though.
Yeah, it
I mean,
feels
you
great.
are the animal whisperer.
No, it feels great, man. I mean, I got a couple eels in my house just for this. Yeah.
Now, is it an electrical eel?
No.
Okay.
Oh, could you imagine 50,000 volts for the old schmeckle? Oh,
Nice
Jesus.
Yiddish reference there too. Now, number
Thank you
4.
very much.
Number 4. Gay sex is used to find wingmen. Now, apparently, the gay dolphins
Well, Mike does
get
this.
wingmen to do this
No, I
and
don't.
help them out.
It's bullshit.
And number 3, this ties right into what Miggy was saying before, that dolphins have a gang culture about finding and keeping sexual partners.
Gang
They
bang
will
culture.
actually gang up to make sexual partners. Now, here's number 2. This is where dolphins and Miggy have a lot in common. Lovemaking can be very short-lived. It actually lasts no longer than 10 seconds. But unlike Miggy, can often be repeated several times within less than an hour.
Wake what's up?
Are you jealous?
I might be a minute man, but I'll do it in 10-second increments.
Yeah, but listen, hey, listen to me. I think the big problem we have here is that there's no dolphin police yet. Because it sounds to me like they're running amok.
Well,
They
look
need
at
some
now,
regulation.
The picture of the lady down there, she is smiling.
She was happy. I
She
mean,
doesn't look too happy in the older picture.
dude, how do you call your
Hey,
boyfriend?
she put her finger right in his bum.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you call your boyfriend and be like, "Look, I met someone else."
So what'd you do today?
And she's like, he's like, "You met
well,
someone else. I thought you were 6 months alone." She's like,
I flogged
Well,
a dolphin.
yeah.
You heard a dolphin?
Now here's the last fact about dolphins, and then after this, we're going to get into celebrity psych because we're running out of time here. But apparently, rule number 1 with dolphin sexuality is that humans and dolphins apparently have had a long-standing romantic history. Okay, there's an American author named William Brenner, who wrote a book known as Wet Goddess. This is based on a 9-month sexual relationship living at the Florida Land Amusement Park in the 1970s. So apparently, dolphins and humans have been getting it on for a while.
"Dude, my mind, I'm freaking speechless, man. I don't know what to say, dude." How do you look at a dolphin and you're like, "Wow, look at the."
Dude, have you ever felt a dolphin? They're sexy slippery.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Yeah,
Dude.
they are. On my 10th
There's
birthday.
nothing
Dude,
sexy.
they're all pre-lubed,
Hey,
man.
you'll know this. At my 10th birthday, I was at King's Dominion. Huh?
I've been there.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, everybody said, "Is it your birthday?" And I raised my hand, and
you got banged by a dolphin?
No, I didn't get banged by a dolphin. I went down. I got called down.
You went down on a dolphin.
No, I didn't get down on the dolphin.
Said, dude. All right.
Hey, can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I went down there and they put me in a little rubber boat.
You wore a rubber when you went down on a dolphin? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
they put me in a rubber boat and
Okay.
he pulled me around a pool, and then I get to feel him.
The dolphin pulled you?
Yeah.
That's what I heard
goodness,
too.
around
Yeah.
the pool.
Did the dolphin pull
He
you,
didn't
or did
pull
you
me
pull
off.
the dolphin?
All the way around the pool.
So the dolphin is really, it feels like the outside of a hard-boiled egg.
Okay. Still not sexy.
And then when I touched his schmeckle, aka his red rocket, no, it's not. It didn't happen. All right,
Okay.
move along.
All right, one last thing before the commercial break, and this is another segment we like to touch on this show, and that is known as Celebrity Psych.
Celebrity Psych.
Psych. Justin Bieber was arrested for drunk driving.
Surprising, huh?
But it's not the Justin Bieber you think it is.
That's a celebrity psych.
This
Nowadays,
is the official celebrity psych.
Nowadays, anytime you hear Justin Bieber in the news, you just assume it's true. I mean, I don't think the guy can shock
I
you
mean,
anymore.
look at the
but this-
guy's face.
But this isn't the actual Justin Bieber. Now, you look at his face and how disappointed he is.
No, he's not disappointed. He's freaking wasted, and he's like, I only had 4 drinks.
No, I think he's
with my
disappointed
friends,
because
man."
his name is Justin Bieber, but he doesn't have the money to go with it.
Yeah, but he is kind of a tool.
Do you know what I think?
Well, so is the other Justin Bieber.
I think Justin Bieber should hire this guy, keep him with him at all times, and whenever something's going down, he just push him in the forefront, pay him $10,000 to take the hit. You know, be like, oh,
Okay,
Justin Bieber.
okay,
Kind of the.
He's the fall guy.
I'm going to back up a bit. He was arrested for public intoxication. Charges were dropped. It is what it is.
All right, well, so at least somebody named Justin Bieber got arrested, and it wasn't the Canadian one.
Correct.
No, actually, as a former resident of Canada, we are trying to disassociate ourselves
Too late.
from that Justin Bieber.
He's your guy, dude. He's your guy.
Him, Celine Dion, and Nickelback, and a host of others.
Oh, nobody likes Nickelback. Actually, you know, I like Nickelback more than Creed.
You know how they got their name? They used to charge 10 cents to go see
Shut
them,
up,
and everybody was
Joe.
like, hey, can I
Stop.
get
They
my
got a
Nickelback? Sorry.
Wah, wah. Now, on that note, we're definitely on a down note, so it's time to go in a quick commercial break. Thanks, Joe. So for all you out there, stay with us. When we come back from this commercial break, we will be joined by Felix Cal himself live in studio for the Movie Buff Challenge, the much heralded, the much appreciated Movie Buff Challenge. And for all you out there that are listening here live, make sure you draw a name from a hat, because we will be giving out prizes for those who actually have the luxury of winning this event. So until then, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Howdy, folks. Billy Boy's back and ready to get you mile high. Thanks for voting, all you green leaves, and opening the door for Amendment 64. I am excited to announce to you the grand opening of my top-shelf marijuana boutique and emporium, Commander and Leaf. At Commander and Leaf, we only procure from the choicest fields and botanical masters. From sour diesel to Maui Wowie and candies to space cakes, we have it all. All our confections are created right on site, so come seal the deal and enjoy some Billy Delights. And don't forget to check out my other products, Billy Bags and Bill Doughs, for all my discriminating constituents. I am Bill Clinton, and I approve of these party supplies and fuck toys.
Now I know there's some bitches out there with some nappy ass talents that need to go get their nails did. At Niecy's Beauty Crib, we'll get your nails right and your hair tight. You want a fake plastic diamond in your nail? Well then, girl, you're gonna get a fake plastic diamond in your nail. Honey, you still walking around with that busted ass weave? At Niecy's, we fit your hair up like you wouldn't believe. Bitch, you still scaring birds with those nasty pig feet. Don't worry about your budget. At Niecy's, our prices can't be beat. You may be ugly now, but we'll get you pretty. Come down to Niecy's on 4th Street, down in Ebo City.
Financing's available, baby, regardless of your credit. It's superfan Felix Cowell here for the Cranial Emission Show. If the words triumvirate gets you sparky in the South, then listen to my boys, Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. Friday nights from 7 to 9. Smooches. Rear Entry Productions presents
Stop
Felix
that one.
Cowell's Movie Buff Challenge. Woo!
On that note, yes, that we are going to get into that, but we don't want to get into that too prematurely.
All right.
Like the Dolphins.
I'm the only smoker here. From now on, I will stay at the table to make sure shit goes right.
We are. Oh, you're not supposed to curse, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, we broadcast here every Friday night, 7 to 9, from ESB Brewing, located here, where? 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407, 15 different beers to choose from. Go and get yourself a pint poured from the ITJ, the illustrious TJ himself, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured. We are pleased to be joined in studio by the one, the only, the superfan himself, known to the world as Felix Cal.
What is up, guys?
How you doing, buddy? Man, it's good to have you in the studio, dude. How you doing today?
I've been around. You know,
you've been around, all right.
Well, super. What is going on? Bobby, hi.
Well, we got Bobby chiming in here as well. Now, actually, I don't know if anybody made the rounds yet, but did you guys find somebody for us to represent for this Movie Buff Challenge?
Well, let's just pick a couple.
Okay, who wants to win? Let's see.
Anybody
well, this
wanna
tall
win?
drink of water over here. Ben, you're going to be playing for this tall drink of water
I'm
over
playing
here.
for Big Sexy over here,
Whatever
Justin?
the guy with the big muscles. Come here, honey. Come here, sweet tits. Come here. Tell everybody your name.
What is it
Into
again?
the microphone.
You
It's okay. You can put your mouth close to it. It won't bite.
You got to get closer to there it is.
Okay, this tall drink of water's name is Justin.
Okay.
And you're going to be playing for him on the
Okay.
Movie Buff Challenge.
All right,
Okay,
all
let
right.
me find somebody else.
So who's Joe playing for?
Let's see. There's a black man. Come here, black man. I'm just kidding. I know this guy. His name is Tiny. I'm teasing. This is Tim. This is one of my great friends, Tim. Tim, it's a blessing to see you, my friend. Joseph, you're going to be playing for Tim. They also call him Tiny. He is not tiny, believe me. Now, I'd like you to play my intro music because this, of course, is my Movie Buff Challenge, and we're sitting with us is the wonderful, magnanimous Bobby Every.
All right, yeah, good to have Bobby here.
Hi,
as well.
Bobby. Now have a seat, and if whoever wins is going to get a $20 gift certificate, and the loser is going to get a $10 gift certificate.
Hey, turn up Bobby's mic over there, would you please?
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get his mic turned. Oh wait, we don't have his mic on at all. That's why.
There you go,
can't
Bob.
hear.
How about now?
There you go. Say hi. There you go.
All right,
Hey,
beautiful.
gentlemen, thanks
Okay.
for letting me sit down and talk to you guys.
All right.
For those that are listening, by the way, we have some camera issues going on, but don't worry about that because we're a radio show to begin with. So who cares? To be quite honest, don't need the video. Side
I have
of it,
a
so.
face for radio.
There you go. So it is the Movie Buff Challenge. And Felix, I understand. Explain how this game works. We have, 10 different movie quotes that you're going to give us?
Yes, 10 different movie quotes that you're trying to look at right now, so keep your eyes off the prize. Now, I'm going to say the whole quote, and then I'll put my hand up.
Rear Entry Productions.
Wait a minute.
Felix
Not
Cal's
yet. Ricky. Dear Lord. Now, when I put my hand up, then it's time to answer the question. And not
Okay.
until I put my hand up. If you jump ahead, you are absolutely shut off from the answering.
Okay, now before we actually jump into it, before we get started, and we did get the camera back, so that's a good thing. Now, before we get started, we're going to play your intro, which is very popular with the fans, especially the ones of your persuasion. So let's go ahead and play the intro for Felix right now.
Can we get audio in here?
Still waiting on the intro. here.
Rear Entry
There we go.
Productions presents Felix Cal's Movie Buff Challenge. Woo! Rear Entry Productions presents Felix Cal's Movie Buff Challenge. Woo! Oh, it's Felix, he gives you the quotes from the movies. It's Felix, and the prizes you win will be groovy. Are you buff enough to answer the questions he's got for you? Then it's time to see who will win, Ben or Joe. Sponsored by Felix Cal Industries.
Oh, it is time for Felix's Movie Buff Challenge, the much celebrated, the much loved and appreciated Movie Buff Challenge. And so
you know you love it.
And so, Felix, you've got 10 different quotes to present to us, so I bid you to release the quotes.
You bid me adieu.
Well, not yet. When we're done, I will bid you adieu.
No, a Jew. You're a Jew.
Yes, I am a Jew.
Okay.
And I will bid for things.
Now,
'Cause I'm always looking for a bargain.
number 1. Wait till I do this.
Okay, until you do that, we're not allowed to buzz in. Now, keep in mind, as the fans listen, Joe, you and I have to actually make a manual buzz. Now, once Felix decides whether the answer is right or wrong, then Tricky Rick over here will give us either, a ding for a successful answer or a buzz for a bad answer.
Okay.
Correct.
10 different ones to choose from. So here we go.
Are you ready? Number 1.
I'm ready.
Now use can't leave.
Now, you're not allowed to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
say it again. I want to hear it one more time.
Now use can't leave.
Now, actually,
I
since
don't
I
know.
play for him, he can tell me.
I guess
right?
so. Go ahead.
Right, but we got to give Tim the. He can answer it.
I still can't. Oh, I got it. Bronx Tale.
Correct. Now, Tim.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Tim,
one.
Tiny.
That's when the bikers came in. All right.
Tiny, come here. Have a seat over here. I want you to hear this because you can help your partner. We're going to make this so you can help your partner.
And Felix is all about helping his partner.
Oh, I will help my partner. Get him a chair, Chucky.
All right, so you got one, Ben.
So far, that's 1 point for me because my friend Justin over here is quite astute at movies so far.
Okay, now if you know the answer, just as soon as I go like this, you can raise your hand or go
tell me
and tell Joe. All right.
Tell Joe. Yeah.
I'm going to give him a second to sit down. I'm sorry, I should have jumped this ahead of time. Just there we go.
Exactly.
Somebody won.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody
okay.
had gas there.
1 point for Ben.
Okay,
All
that's
right,
one.
number 2.
Okay. Number 2. Dude, this is serious. I just sharded.
Dude, I just sharded.
Mallrats.
No.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
Along came Polly.
Well, that's it. Okay, so that's question number 2. We still got 8
right.
more left here, Felix.
Number 3. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
That is Anchorman.
Yay! Good job, Ben.
2-0 Ben to Joe.
I think he's cheating.
No, I knew that one. I was down with
All
that.
right, all right.
He probably did.
He probably did.
He is Jewish. No.
Hey, don't be looking at my jugo.
Number 4.
I'm gonna button my shirt up if you
All
keep
right,
staring at my
Number
jugo.
4, guys.
Okay.
Usually one must go to a bowling alley to meet a woman of your stature.
Kingpin.
No. It's an older movie. 80s.
I'm out of guesses. I already guessed, so. Nothing, Joe?
You already know the answers, so stop yelling them
Yeah,
out.
you're not allowed to yell them out. You're not being represented.
Really? You were there when I was writing these quiz, you
Yeah,
little
no
I'm
cheating.
gonna go Arthur.
Oh! Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
all right,
Wow.
all right.
Did you just read some lips over there?
No. I remember. I've seen the movie.
He does like women.
Okay, so we are what? How many are we into
You're 2
now?
to 1.
We're down to number 5?
Yeah.
And
Number
it's
5.
2 to 1. Ben.
1.
All right.
We're not out of it yet.
Number 5. I'm glad he's single because I'm going to climb that like a tree.
Wow. I gotta start watching more movies, man.
It's a new movie.
Glad he's single. I want to climb that like a tree.
Lots of women in it. Go.
Bridesmaids.
Yay!
Oh God. I haven't seen that crap.
3 to 1, Ben.
Why would I watch Bridesmaids?
No, very funny movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's
movie.
funny for halfway, and then it was stupid. Anyways, next movies.
Number 6.
Number 6. Yeah, check the probate. My Uncle Thumper had a problem with his probate. He had to take these big pills and drink lots of water.
Why did you sound like Bugs Bunny doing
that was interesting.
Actually, sound like Curly Joe from Three Stooges.
Roger Rabbit.
Oh, he got it! Way to go,
Yes,
Justin.
That's right.
Not only does he look like a badass, he's a movie badass.
And we are up 4 to 1 against Joe.
Oh,
Team Supreme over here, baby. Big boys representing.
All right, Jumbo. Go ahead.
Okay.
Stop looking at my Jew gold. I see you over here looking at it.
Number
seriously.
7.
Okay.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately. I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
I was in. No. I was in
Since
first.
they're down, I'll go ahead.
Office Space.
Yes.
Of course, you got the easy one.
All right, get ready for this next one. This is really easy.
Just like women, you only get the easy ones.
Minus your mouth. Number 8.
Earmuffs.
Old school.
Oh, he got it. He's creeping. This guy is creeping.
4-3 now. What question are we on?
Ooh, 9.
Oh, number 9. 4-3. So these last two could decide the outcome of this game.
Okay, I need somebody to listen really well. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Fat man in a little coat.
Tommy boy, baby.
Yay! The game is out of reach for these guys, but I'm going to complete it. We're going to complete it. Okay, hold on. Okay, number 10. Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up. Go.
Wedding singer, baby.
Yay! We've got a winner!
Decisive defeat by Ben and Justin.
Justin wins a $20 gift certificate to O'Brien's in Brandon.
Crushing the competition,
Tim,
baby.
It's okay. You didn't win, but darn if you didn't get a $10 gift certificate to be getting on with my friend.
All right. Hey, if
Congratulations, boys. We need photos of you guys afterwards with your prizes so we can send them to
you
O'Brien's.
know what, Tim? If you're going to associate yourself with a loser, at least you got $10 out of it.
Wow, you lost the last two competitions, Ben.
Dude, we are fighting. We are fighting after this thing, dude. We still got the ring set up outside, right?
Hey, what do you mean we're fighting? You sent Lubob and Sancho to go to live to my house.
Hey, man.
So
that's
yeah,
what you
we're
get.
definitely gonna have a talk after the show. Trust me.
Wow. All right, well, we appreciate you guys sitting in, man. I'm sorry I didn't win for you, man.
That's okay. You both got away with the prize.
Yeah. So could have made you an extra 10, though. My fault.
But
All right,
before
guys.
you guys go, we need photos of you to send to O'Brien. So hopefully they won't recognize you, big fella, because I heard about you and O'Brien.
well, guys, we only have a couple minutes left in this show, so let's get into a couple other topics. By the way, Felix, thank you for being a part of the show, buddy.
It is always my pleasure.
Thank you, Felix.
So we hope to talk to you again soon. Don't be a stranger.
I'll never be a stranger, but I'll give you one. But gotta go.
That was Felix Cal, the super fan himself, the benefactor of the program. And, you know, guys, as O'Brien's is kind enough to include everybody. O'Brien's is kind enough to give out support and sponsorships to the Movie Quote Challenge.
I do.
A fine restaurant, a fine bar.
I do want to thank Sean Rice and Mr. Tony Martin, who are our owners of the fine establishment over there at O'Brien's. So go there if you guys can. If you want to go after our broadcast, it's always entertained. So head over there and get some good drink specials on.
Now, I tell you, it was not necessarily a fine restaurant.
What?
Apparently Arby's. I used to like Arby's a lot, but then I found out about the white-only restaurant that Arby's has in Spring Hill.
Well, Ben, so considering you were reading the wrong story, I love you to death, but I'll go ahead and tell that anyway.
There's two stories there, but I can elect
But you notice
to choose.
it's on the fourth wall broken. It's not on the sheet.
No, it's actually right there.
Well, it's yes.
Learn to read.
All right. Jeez. Okay. Well, we're going to start off with the nicer side of it. The Arby's in was it Des Moines?
Des Moines, Iowa?
Was it Duluth, Minnesota? Sorry. They just aired a 13-hour commercial for their new Arby's Smokehouse Brisket Sandwich.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, with 13 hours on regular TV?
Why would you want to do an infomercial on for a sandwich for 13 hours? I could tell you what that sandwich is all about in like 10 minutes.
I'm thinking I know why they did it. I think maybe they smoked their brisket for 13 hours, so they were trying to make a point out of how long that it actually is that they smoked their brisket for. That's what I'm going with.
Done.
I think that's what they
but
were
who's
probably
going to
thinking.
actually sit and watch that frickin' commercial?
Nobody, but it gets the idea into your head of how long they actually smoked their brisket. So they're trying to make a point about it. Seems kind of ridiculous to us, but we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking about that, but now we're going to talk about the white-only Arby's.
Well, to briefly finish off what we were talking about was Nivea. You know, the stuff that you skin products.
Yeah.
They were the last holders for the length of commercial for the Guinness Book of World Records at 60 minutes. So they broke a Guinness World Records with this, and they were thrilled to have smoked the competition. Blah blah blah.
Oh, okay, very good, very good.
So they what you said about the actual 13 hours. That's exactly what they did. They smoked it, over the pit for 13 hours, and that's exactly what.
So
it
my
was.
guess was right. All right,
You were dead on correct, which is really cool. But this saddens me because this is right around the corner from us.
I'm telling you, this is what pisses me off now.
This is
I
45
find out about
minutes
this with
from us,
Arby's.
give or take.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a little bit further than that, but I mean, Joe and I actually did some filming out in Spring Hill. Remember we had to drive all the way out there?
Yeah, the
It's
vampire
a hell of a
thing.
lot further than 45 minutes, trust me.
But yeah, so what's going on up there? This is in Florida. They have a white-only Arby's?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yes, and Miggy was telling me earlier it's because they designated it as a private club. Is that correct? It's not a restaurant now; it's a private club.
This is the only.
And that's how they get around it.
The owner's obviously a bigot. That I mean, there's no way ifs, ands, or buts around this story, and it saddens me because this is out of Spring Hill.
Yeah, I
and
used to
as
do
you
work
well
up
know,
there.
Spring Hill is really freaking close to here. You just said. Now, this happened in May, and the judges and councilmen had no choice but to honor this because the guy offered it up as now it's not a public company. It is a franchise that is now a private store. It's a private club. So now only white people are allowed to pretty much get in there. So the original guy, his name is Kilgore Donner.
Okay.
And he's an Austrian-born entrepreneur.
So does he have some kind of like Aboriginal-based discrimination? I don't understand. I mean, how does an Aussie come over to be so racist?
No, Austria.
Austria. Oh, well, that explains it totally.
It's just like get to the chopper.
Yeah, so never mind. I take that back.
Yeah, I don't know.
As a Jew, I'm very familiar.
I don't know why you'd want to stop anybody from coming in and purchasing your fine roast beef because there's more money in your pocket. And I whatever. I guess it's his prerogative once again, but what a weird thing to do. I don't really get it.
Now, one last story we got to get into, and I'm sorry to be so abrupt, but we are really up against it here. And there was one story I wanted to end with on an interesting note. So, Miggy, tell us about the triplet story, buddy.
This is probably one of the coolest stories. John F. Kennedy High School in Plainview. Where was that? Plainview, New York? Yes, Plainview, New York. This school is set, and this has got to be a Guinness Book of World Records thing also. This school, John F. Kennedy High School in Plainview, New York, is set to graduate 9 sets of twins and 1 set of triplets at one time.
All right, something's been going on up in Plainview. As far as
what? It makes me wonder if there's not some kind of environmental influence on infertility, thereby causing the use of fertility drugs. Because how could you possibly have that many duplicate children all in one class?
I got one idea. I think maybe Joseph Mengele's son lives there.
Oh.
Maybe David Mengele.
Some eugenics going on over
I'm
there?
serious. What else should be going on? That's a little crazy.
No, that's what it is. The eugenics.
For what?
The people.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're in no means related
Let's
with
just do the story.
with any eugenics type thing. This sounds like there was something going on up there. No,
No,
yeah,
it does. It seems like there's some kind of fertility issue there or
9
something.
sets of twins in one school.
Because that's not normal.
Now,
That's
out of
like one class.
Out of the
right?
369 students, 21 are either twins or triplets.
That's amazing.
That's a pretty heavy record. So it's the principal is like, this is very unique for us. Duh. Hello.
Yeah, right.
It's not like the preceding year, which really nothing happened. So, but after graduation on June 29, 1 set of twins will attend college together, but the rest will part ways, which is, usually you see twins kind of running hand in
How
hand.
do they keep track of them all?
Well,
I don't know.
It sounds to me like maybe they were trying to get a double mint commercial up there or something. I don't know, man. Maybe this was like.
But they don't have triple mint, so the other guys weren't hired.
Yeah, well, you got 9 sets to deal with. They could have really got a good sponsorship from the Wrigley's on that one. I think maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, guys, we are up against it here. We've run a little late on this program because we started a little bit late. But for all you out there that listen, first of all, thank you for your support. Quick shout out to Trina Fallon.
Yeah, big shout out.
Art and Soul. She's got her
Trina?
own television show. She was kind enough to have us be a part of. Just on Wednesday night, we did the filming for this. They're going to be editing this, putting this together. But Trina was kind enough to post a blog. Tell the story of cranial emissions on Facebook. If you go to my page, Ben Charles on Facebook. If you go, I'll also put it on the Cranial Emissions Network page. But what a write-up. It was an honor to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was nice. Thanks for having us in your house, man. Thanks for letting us attack your liquor bar. That was sweet.
She's an amazing woman, and she's very easy to talk to. It's,
Quite an extensive liquor bar, too.
Incredible.
I'm very impressed with her person. She's very professional. And
her husband, Josh, right? He was a nice guy.
What a
man.
hospobble dude.
And the guys that did the sound and all that, they did a great job, man.
Caitlin and her boyfriend came from all the way from Sarasota to Apollo Beach.
Yeah, absolutely.
One quick other thing. Our friend and constituents, the Double Special Show, Chris Gorgeous, the comedian, he's going to be at the Improv on Sunday. I think it's 7 o'clock, and the show's only $8.
right.
So if you guys want to see some funny guys from the Double Special Show, Chris Gorgeous, along with a couple of other guys, it's really cheap and it's going to be fun. I'm going to be out there. Hopefully you guys can come with me. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, that is the end of another show, guys. So make sure you tune in next week. Same ESB time, same ESB channel. The Cranial Mission Show, guys. To all you out there that listen, thank you so much. Thank you for the help, Tricky Rick. And we will be talking to you next week.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace out, guys.
All right.
Peace out.
Brewery is the place to be. For all the finest ales and the Cranial 3. Just 3 cohort. And we talk about sports. And anything else that tickles our shorts. We won't refrain from talking the inane. 4 to 5 doctors say it won't rot your brain. We gotta be going. And we hope that you won't miss us. The bell has rung. And the teacher has dismissed us. So don't be sad. Cause there's no need to freak. We'll be coming out your speakers same time next week.